no heart in denial. Inhaling in the morning prana. Oh, sun of fire, where I desire to be is right on your frequency. When the days wanna break me, it feels so good to know you're mine. Set your sight on an immortal tree. I'll be waiting for you. You in the night, long in Everly Street. Someone wasted for you. You. I'm hearing what they say in the grapevine. Young people don't know what love is. Know what love is. I know what you feel. It's your life. In between the cracks and creases, you truly feel this. Set your sight on an immortal tree. I'll be waiting for you. You in the night, long in Everly Street. Someone wasted for you. You set your sight on an immortal tree. I'll be waiting for you. You in the night, long in Everly Street. Someone wasted for you. You.
This is the champion DJ Bravo alongside Ariel Alexa. Everybody want to know.
You put the light in my eyes. You always brighten my smile. I never knew a love like this, love like this. I never thought it'd be so rich, be so rich. I'll never ever leave your side. You'll always be my joy and pride. And anytime I'm feeling low, you pull me out that hole. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. Said I love you, baby. Yeah, I love you, baby. Even though you drive me crazy. Still I love you, baby. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
You have the energy, you bring it so nice. Now me just want you in my life. Done the player thing, make you my wife. Run the world with you by my side. Tell you a star, give you anything you want. Big nice house and a pretty pretty car. Hop on a plane and fly all over.
And me and you alone.
It's all over.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
I love you, love you, love you, love you.
Said I love you, baby. Yeah, I love you, baby. Even though you drive me crazy. Still I love you, baby. That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
A girl like you was the me need in my life. Tell me thinking you should be my wife. So me fed up on the player life. So me fed up on the player life. From the time me see you, so me know you're the one. Coming on me life, all my troubles them done. No other girl get my attention.
When me and I alive.
Me a real champion.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
Love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
Love you, love you, love you, love you.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
Love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
That's why I love you, love you, love you, love you, baby.
Love you, love you, love you, love you, Ariel.
I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. Cause sometimes it's boring, and sometimes it's fine. Sometimes I sit all alone in the middle of my room and cry. And sometimes it's normal, but sometimes I'm high. Sometimes I keep all the weed to myself, sometimes I hide. Every time it's lonely, I pray to the Most High. Most times he says, Rasta man, everything's gonna be alright. I'm not looking for love yet, I wouldn't risk my life to stand up and fight for something that's so hard to come by. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. I wanna drive in a Audi, I feel I wanna skydive. But I'm living in Trinidad, can't wait till I touch down at Dubai. I wanna reach for the stars them, I really wish I could fly. But I don't have wings, if I jump off a building I'm gonna die. I wanna come off of the Facebook, but everything's online. It's critical if you wanna make your money all in these times. Mommy don't like how my face look, she said the pressure don't rise. But me I got on the tables and the system and give them a surprise. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night. I wanna write my story, I wanna live my life. I don't want nobody judge me for what they think is right. I wanna get my glory, I wanna fight my fight. I wanna feel at ease every time I close my eyes at night.
For years. Boy. Ooh. Why? Ooh. I need my money in cash now. I've no time for no faking.
Talk yet, and I probably won't answer if you call my phone. Always asking why I put her in a friend zone, saying she nearby at another friend's home. I don't wanna see another sunset.
She don't wanna see another sunset where the stars don't show, cause the clouds are upset for me. Told you I was trying, change your mind and I'm dying. Star fall from the sky like that. You don't wanna see me fall from grace. Maybe I was trapped, but you never had my back. You fall for the sake of loving. I felt so miserably. Yeah, you could've hit me up, I never lost my love. I was hoping you would call back. I know that I'm far
nearby at another friend's home. I don't wanna see another sunset. You don't wanna see me fall like that. Wipe the tears off the blade when you pull it out my bag. When you told me you could die just to keep me like that. When I looked you in her eyes and I heard your voice cry. Baby, it was love, baby, it was tough. Maybe it's enough. Lost a lot of blood, left me in the cut. Baby, it was trust, baby, now it's dust. Crying to my cuz, leaning on my bruh, twisted in my gut. It's been 18 days since I kept her waiting. Probably won't last for another 18. She asked me where I'm at when it comes to dating. Can't you see that I don't wanna talk yet? And I probably won't answer if you call my phone. Always asking why I put her in a friend zone. Saying she nearby at another friend's home. I don't wanna see another sunset. It's been 18 days since I kept her waiting. Probably won't last for another 18. She asked me where I'm at when it comes to dating. Can't you see that I don't wanna talk yet? And I probably won't answer if you call my phone. Always asking why I put her in a friend zone. Saying she nearby at another friend's home. I don't wanna see another sunset. I don't wanna see another sunset. I don't wanna see another sunset.
I'm a mess without you. It's on display for the world to see. You're the method to my madness, my lovesick remedy. Your kiss intoxicates me. I crave the touch of your hand. Some say this ain't healthy, but they don't understand this crazy love. Can't get enough of your crazy love. It plays on my mind like a broken record. This crazy, crazy, crazy love. Ooh, crazy, crazy. He puts on that old school music. I lose myself, weak in the knees. His love feels like magic. He defies the laws of gravity. I'm floating now, can't feel the ground. Cloud 9 is nowhere to be found. Some say I'm out of place, but it all started with just one taste of your crazy, crazy love. Can't get enough of your crazy love. It plays on my mind like
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Oh, na, na, na. Yeah. Give me the island breeze, cool them vibes. Coconut jelly, peas and rice. House and land, and we sharp like a knife. Green in abundance, real love around me, yeah. You want to know where we coming from? Say you want come look for me, yeah. If you're willing to have some fun, I could keep you company. Move that way, come girl, blunder right by me. Squeeze her tight, make it trip down there. Neighbor, oh, yes, you kindly. Miss Jolene, oh, your mango sweet, so. Jolene, oh, your mango sweet. Tell me how it ripe and sweet, so. Jolene, oh, your mango sweet.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome to Island Girl Talk. It's your girls, your favorite girl host on the island. I say so. Krystal, Khayne,
Trinidad, Shawna,
Neicy. And we have a very special guest today. Well, you know it's the last Wednesday of the month.
Of course.
What it's time for?
Excitement.
What's time for?
Guys,
Perspective. And with that, we have. Who wants to do it? Neicy is your peeps. It's your peeps.
Yo. This is
Uh-huh.
family finally in the building. We've been trying to get Jesse on
go
the
ahead,
show.
give it away.
No. Just so. We're trying to get Jesse on the show a while now.
Yeah.
Right? And as the stars align and God permits,
Yes.
he's in Trinidad. He a toying, right? And he have a available Wednesday. And the one and only, the reigning groovy soca king, the longest reigning groovy soca king in history. A reigning groovy soca king. One and only, college boy Jesse. Yes, in the building.
Finally. Yeah, finally. I like the energy in here, man.
Listen.
All the hype up and that's what we get, boy.
I like the energy. No, it's real.
Jesse is at them kind of
Cool
quiet sleeping giants.
Yeah, just a cool one.
He have a presence with
We
him
transform on the stage.
That is true.
We could clear some tiles in here and get your mic, you know. That's what it
Your on-stage persona have a namer.
Nah, I mean, all they're talking to Jesse right now. College boy Jesse is the stage.
Right.
Is the stage.
Okay.
Yeah,
So we're talking to Jesse Stewart right now.
Yes,
yeah, talking to Jesse.
Well, here now, guys, we're going to get to Jesse. We're going to find out all about Jesse today. It's all about him. Why? Because it's about guys' perspective.
Yes, of course.
But we're not just spotlighting him today. He's joining in the conversation. He's helping us to co-host the show today. He's our in-house sounding board. You know, we like to use this episode
To learn everything, man.
That's
Yes.
right. And to gain more insight as to the
Their thought process.
The thought process. Not that it's so difficult. I wish the complicated one.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You know?
Speak for yourself. I see.
And of course, for our audience out there, for the guys looking on, he's only a male representative. So if all they don't disagree, if all they don't agree with what he's saying today, all you have to take him to task in the chat room.
That's Jesse. You had to represent it. You had to represent for the men them.
I take any
Jesse,
pressure. I feel any
ready
weight.
yourself,
I feel any weight on my shoulder, but it's fine.
All right, ladies, how was your week so far?
It was good. It was
It's
It
good
was
for
a
them.
lot of rain.
Oh my God. Yeah, no.
Lots of rain.
I usually like Rena, but I felt really guilty even enjoying that because the devastation that it brought and watching all those people, you know, I saw the Indian lady from Spring Village crying and stuff. I couldn't deal with that.
It was sad. It was because I'm a person I like when rain falling and you're inside and you're cozy, but some people wasn't having that same experience. And to me, like every time the rain stopped, it like I've never experienced rain so consistent.
And sudden too. You know, it would just there would be no leading up to it. It's just
Yeah.
and I was like, "Ja boy,
My
who gonna get flooded out
co-workers-
today, boy?"
My
God.
co-workers left work 10 o'clock last night. Swear.
See?
They were calling me to come back online with them. I said, no, I don't love it so much to come back and work online. But they could not have gotten to South.
The
They could not
Carney
have
River
gotten to the
overflowed.
Yeah.
The water running off, but a little shower again and it does back up because I
Yeah.
think some of the people were going through that where it's like as soon as it started to go down,
It's back.
rain again and then it rises.
And I think it was the high tide as well that came up yesterday. So, you know,
The combination.
it rose the river up over its banks.
But I've even seen some Trinis make light of the situation because I saw people, any reason to fete in Trinidad, unfortunately. And I see people having flood fete. and
I
I'm
think
like,
we have a
you don't want
gift,
to
yes?
laugh about it because it's not a funny situation, but it's just amusing to me to see Trinis turn any situation into something to celebrate.
My friend sent me a picture, a video with some men lying in a boat. You saw that one?
Yes!
And the boat not on in the river. You see the boat just in the regular tongue, next to buildings. Yeah. And they just in the boat lying.
We special. We're special brand of people.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a blessing. Some might say it's a curse, but it's a blessing for us to
we are happy
find
people.
the light in anything.
We are happy people, but still.
Just how was your weekend and your week?
I mean, only talking that flood, and I mean, last night was terrible for me.
What?
We had band rehearsal, and after rehearsals, it's like I couldn't leave because I live in Sando.
Damn.
And we just kill time on thing. I hoping that the traffic would ease.
Yeah.
Until I get fed up waiting, and I left like about 9. It take me about 2.5 hours to reach home.
Yeah.
I reach home minutes to 12, and it's like, what the hell?
I saw screenshots of the highway with that traffic, and people was like,
it was bad.
Ridiculous.
And I hate traffic.
Yeah.
Like,
So you got to a point you have to drive through the water?
yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, once you cross the water, it's start to flow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine what people who have to go up and down that highway go through every day. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah.
I can't.
But other than that, all is well. We're in World Cup season, so we happy.
you all is follow World Cup and
Listen, I'm glad Jesse here because if you all don't know, Jesse know football things.
Okay.
Right? Jesse actually used to play for the national team.
Oh yes, it's true,
It's true. So I want some advice, Jesse, of like, how does one become a potential bandwagonist during this World Cup?
A potential bandwagonist.
Right? Like I see it, all this stuff happening and I feel left out. I think I had posted something and Chris was like, no, Neicy,
Don't go to the other side.
Nah, I mean,
we are dealing with artists over here. You yourself could relate, but this is the first time we ever had an artist who does sports too, like heavily into sports on the professional side of things. Like, yo.
I support the wagon though, because with me, I mean, we qualified once. So I've always paid attention to our team and that type of vibe, and then I pay attention to CONCACAF teams, USA, Canada, Mexico. And then, I mean, everybody in my house grew up and is fans of Brazil. So when they're looking at the Brazil games, I would look at the Brazil games. But then I grew to love German football. And then I started following players now.
Okay.
So I reached that point where I don't really support a team, but I support players. So like, I like the group of Brazilians that is playing currently.
Right.
I like the fact that the coach he would be confused because he have a hard job of selecting the right people at the right time. So that is the challenge, and is the mix of how he select the players. So I kind of amused by, okay, let me see how this Brazilian team going and mesh and play. I look at the Brazilians now, and France is the same. I have a bunch of players that I enjoy from the French team. I started looking at the French team since with Zidane because I was a big Zidane fan.
We just good and not like we know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
You all know Zinedine Zidane, right? I am a big Zidane fan, even when he was playing Real Madrid, and I started following Real because of Zidane. So France and Brazil are the teams that I'm looking at. But then football is so interesting that there's always the underdog team that would upset everybody. So that is the exciting thing. So it's okay to be a bandwagonist.
I get my approval. I support in Brazil and France. Right?
Nice,
According to
nice.
Jesse, those are the teams to look for. So that's my teams.
Yeah.
Y'all heard it here.
Yeah. All right. So on that note, y'all, it's time to go to a commercial. We're keeping it structured today. We'll be right back after these messages.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Yes, and we back with more Island Girl talk. As you can see, Neicy in the house, Shawna, Krystal, Khayne, and of course we have College Boy Jesse.
Hey, I like the choir.
Already talking about football. You can see he can talk about football all day.
But this is not what we call it here for today.
This is for on stage College Boy Jesse. You're dealing with artists in the house today.
Yeah.
Sports, nothing.
Hey, don't get them men on them backs, you know.
I saw a post on Facebook where a lady was like, I don't like seeing men happy. Cancel the World Cup.
Nah. She wicked.
That's funny as hell.
She wicked.
Yeah.
That's
don't
so
see
funny.
men happy. Cancel this World Cup. World Cup, nothing.
All right. So, guys, let me get down to it. What are we talking about today? You know, we are College Boy here. We want to hear his take on things. What are we talking about?
Happily married
Sean?
College Boy Jesse. The celebrating 6-year anniversary. College Boy Jesse.
Well, you know, we had to pick a topic that suits you. Yeah. I picked a topic and Neicy was like, nah, don't talk to him about that. The man married. Here, man.
Chris, why you had to put... Chris, can you step into my office? Come, Chris.
Here, but Neicy, he's the rightest person to talk to about that. Because he actually get the woman.
Yeah,
so he's the example.
Yeah.
You know?
She had to come.
How the man wife go feel? Change
She had to. I was like, yo, I never really see College Boy Jesse talk about like his relationship so in depth now. You know, like it would mention wifey always around people know Mrs. College Boy Jesse, but I've never seen you divulge on that side of the fence.
She thought we were going to interrogate you.
Yes,
but that wasn't really cool. That wasn't what we had in mind.
Yeah. So you feel free to discuss and disclose whatever you want to, right? So guys, today we're talking about questions a man should ask before he looking to pop that question.
That's right.
Right? But things that he would want to know, be mindful of, before he pop the question.
And normally, I mean, obviously it goes both ways.
Yeah.
You know, questions anybody, a woman would want to ask a man or ask herself, a little introspection and all of that. But it's guys' perspective. So we're just talking about the men. It's all about the men today. Yeah. All right? So, I mean, if you make up your mind and you're ready to propose, nobody is stopping you. Nothing's stopping you. You're ready.
Yeah.
You're going. I mean, before you start drafting up them vows, I mean, marriage is a contract. You gotta get your ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Find out who you're really marrying, how you really feel, who she really marrying, if you're ready, if you're gonna change when you become a husband. All these things you have to, put into place and really dig into yourself about, because a lot of people get into not just relationships, but they marry under pressure thinking, okay, go fix everything, when it just exacerbates certain issues that you might have gone into the marriage with. You know what I mean? So we want to talk about that a little bit, about doing your due diligence when it comes to
choosing,
popping the question and asking your significant other to marry you. We want to know what some of these questions are that you'd ask yourself, that you'd ask of the person. Of course, you're not going to sit them down and interrogate them one question after another, but over time you would want to know. You might just spring a question on them. I read somewhere where if you just spontaneously spring a question on the person, that's the best time to get out of them. So over time, you now thinking, I'm ready to marry this girl. You set a plan in place. Over the course of a month, you ask her certain questions, which will cause you to dig into yourself. Yeah. We want to explore that kind of stuff today.
You know what I'm also curious about too, which I'd like to hear his input when that time comes. So you'll be looking for certain things in a woman, right? So you'll have certain questions. But I want to know, from your perspective as well, when we get there, no woman is perfect, obviously. And there probably would have been things you wanted in a woman and you chose not to because that person probably had other good qualities that override those initial ones. So if ever we come across any questions that, my wife probably didn't have that quality, but she didn't need to, I'd like to hear, how you even address.
I like that.
How you even address not
one,
having those qualities.
Sean's like, you're dropping hints on the show. You're dropping things.
We also want to know about deal breakers and things too. You know what I'm saying? Remember what Jaiga said last, guy's perspective. The minute you put your hand in his popcorn, he ended it with you,
relationship.
And he was dead.
He was talking to you.
He
breaking up with you.
Put your hand in his popcorn.
Yeah, don't eat the man popcorn.
Serious.
He said his kids and everybody know their boundaries. I say, you serious? But he was real serious.
And one of the questions I would like to find out is how did Jesse know that he was ready to take that step?
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's the first question. We're going with me now.
We could go with that. Let me get into it. You know, and guys, again, once more, college boy Jesse, we using him as the sounding board. The man is married, happily married, 6 years, right? And some other things stinging, but we will ask that in the interview part, right? So, talk to us.
All right. So the first question, how I knew, you know, it was that time. I came from the foundation of in a household of having mommy and daddy. Daddy always being so focused, and daddy always, and because of him being so focused, having that settlement within the household and the responsibility within the household, it helped him to focus on the things that he had to do. So I always look at it like that. And even from a sports perspective, coaches, and I would say professional coaches from European teams, EPL teams, they would always encourage the younger players to get married young. So it's something that, it's something that I learned in sports. So like you would see, Dwight York was against he was against the plan. But like you look at the players from the time they signed their first contract at 18, 19, 20, the coaches and the culture around the professional football is for them to settle. Because with that now, they more focus on their job. And they're not focused on lying and partying and girls that will distract them from performing. So it's a culture within professional football.
That's very
so
interesting.
During that time, I always wanted to, if this is the perspective from the coaches, it means that. And then you look at so much examples of great men and things that they do, and they have a wife. They have a wife who next to them. They have a strong wife who also guiding. So I feel like behind a great man is a great woman. And so I always wanted to have that, you know. And then I saw qualities in my wife very young. We were teenagers when we met. And we had our phases of, we need to go and venture and see what else is there out there. But then I saw qualities in her early, even as a teenager, that I wanted, you know, and I saw that she was fitting for that, you know. So this basically was, you know, that was it for me. I saw it early and I was so focused. So as much as we had our period, I would always remember, she is the one, you know, that type of thing. Because I saw it early and I felt like, So that guided my decision to be focused one, and wanting to be that serious so young also. So,
the man don't start answering questions.
Yeah, we had asked him yet, you know.
That's good.
No, but we could dabble around it still.
That's like 5 questions he answered already.
I learned something new about football, so I think I done entertainment. I came across on that side of the pond.
I just want to veil a little bit. I'm so sorry, but about that football thing. You said something interesting. So would you say, in light of that and that kind of culture that the coach and try to push in general on footballers, would you say that it's something that is effective, or do you still see some of your playmates and them still playing the field?
Yeah, I mean, it's something that not everybody, you know, gravitate to. But, I mean, I have so much peers who still, you know, not married and that type of thing and decide to go their own path. But then there were others, you know, who were young and got married young too, 21, 22. And, you know, you could kind of see the difference. Like, I mean, big up, Kenwin is a very close friend of mine too. He played with me, and Kenwin also got married very, very young. And we could see the career that he had. Kenwin retired at 33. But what he achieved between the years of 18 to 33, you know, is something, you know, commendable. And he's I also see him as a very good example. Very family oriented, and you know, so yeah.
You know, a friend of mine told me that, like, well, I mean, not along the lines of football, but the same thing with marriage. When he used to go into business meetings and stuff, they would want to know if he was married. And it was like a sense of getting a character. Like, if you could commit to something like that, then we could trust you with the organization. So, you know, I heard it before.
That is interesting.
And they also look at it in terms of, like, females. Sometimes when they're hiring, they ask you if you're single or married, because they want to know what your commitment is like at home and how much of yourself you could give to the office.
You
know, so
you see how it's different from men?
It flips. It flips.
It's asked of men to see how, like, where their head space is at, and
women to see the time and the availability.
That is a topic. That's
Shawna, write that down.
Shawna, write that down.
I read that one of the questions that men should ask themselves first and foremost is my partner actually my best friend? And it connected with me because I know a lot of married couples and they are not each other's best friends. And I'm like, how can you be married to somebody who's not your best friend? That had to be the first person you go to with any problem. And not just household problems or child problems, you know, anything. You laugh, the highs, the lows, the argues, everything. That is your primary person.
And it's based on the qualities again. It's based on the qualities you look at for your wife, because a lot of guys too would look at, you're looking at this trophy and that's all they probably might see. But really and truly you have to think about when your age and all of that way out. Is this somebody you could really talk to? Is this somebody you do fun things with? You know, and that's the kind of questions you have to ask yourself when you're really picking.
So you know what we're going to ask.
So you think it's necessary to be your best friend?
It is. And our relationship, like, is crazy. I ran into her many times because she was also a participant in School Soca Monarch. And so we would run into each other in many competitions and that type of thing. Hail her, hey, how you doing, whatever it is. And it was this one day, I was sitting in school and we would get free Guardian newspapers every day in school. So every day that is like, all right, you're going to school, they get the papers, they read the papers. And I flipping through and I saw her on papers, she got this award, and one time I was like, oh, this is not the same girl I run into. But then I saw her getting an award for something totally different than music and the arts. And so that's when I started to look at the different qualities now. I say, oh, okay, all right, cool. And I called one of our friends who was the more talkative one.
Okay.
And I called Vonika. I was like, Vonik, send me Curly number, please. She was like, Curly in class, no? I said, I'm not calling her now. And I mean, it came from there. Yes, I had my plans. But it stemmed from a conversation. And we became friends.
Right.
She was in a relationship, but then we were talking.
Did you steal her?
No, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that at all. We were just talking and we were cool and whatever. And as a group, we all go and hang out and normal and whatever. And it just grew into, you know, we started, well, I had my plans here, but then she started seeing it cool.
It was just a matter of time before she came on
board. A matter of time she came on, and that is where the relationship kind of grew, but it really was, it started as a, like, hey, there's my dog.
Right.
I'm my best friend. That, you know, and that's really important because I could see now, even through the rough times in a relationship, you could still go back on, hey, you know, we cool and we could talk shit and we could think and we could get over it and move on. So, really, growing that friendship first is very valuable in a relationship.
I love that. I want to ask something from Marv Monty in the chat group.
Marv, don't join us.
I want to stay on top of it. It's just about 5 and I'll get to it. We have Fire Wolfman saying, greetings, ladies and everyone.
Greetings.
Boy, the college boy himself, boy. Good. Rep right now. And then Marv Monty saying, blessings to all tuned in and attendees. Fire Wolfman says sports everything. Right? But Marv has a question. He says, how do you feel about the vow till death do us part? Also, what kind of perspective do you have on divorce? He goes on to say, I ask because of the people who come from family backgrounds that at the very least subconsciously have in the back of their minds divorce being an option. So he's saying a lot of them go into the marriage, but they always have divorce as an option to get out. So he wants to know, how do you feel about the vow till death do us part?
I mean, that's another part of, you know, the things that you look at in your spouse. Well, for me, that's very important. The spiritual side of things is very important. You know, that foundation, somebody who totally like understands or willing to have an open mind on your views on I wouldn't say religion, but spirituality. That is very important. So when you go back to the vows now, till death do us part, I mean, the Bible says what it have to say in terms of marriage and relationships and that type of thing. But I look at it like this. You guys familiar with any arranged marriages?
I know particularly.
I have a friend from
familiar
India.
With the culture to some extent, but not like, to say like I know somebody who's
but
in
even
that.
locally, like I had my neighbors arranged marriages, 2 siblings, and basically brother and sister marry brother and sister both sides. And it lasts till death do us part. And I know many other examples. Even there's a Netflix show on arranged marriages that happen in India and the whole process of it. And this is basically strangers coming together to get married, and there's no other option. It's till death do us part. So it makes me feel like when you look at like love, I don't understand why people see love as something so hard.
It's a
Love
choice.
is very easy, you know.
Yeah, it's a choice.
It's easy to love someone. It's easy to like someone. It's easy to hang out. It just takes time. And so yeah, I kind of for it. And divorce, I mean, to each his own. Some people really are in situations and relationships that is toxic, and the safest thing is to really, you know, get out. And I mean, it's an unfortunate thing. Sometimes we make decisions and the decision may not be the best decision. So it is what it is. But I feel like everything could work out. You know, I feel like everything could work out. Just by looking at that arranged marriage situation, I feel like, yo, these two families who just, you know, made a decision to unite and
I have
they
a
grow to
question
love.
for you. What about arranged marriages that worked out? Because I've read about, I mean, I know a couple from India, arranged marriage, and they love each other. They've been in love and whatnot, and they work.
Yeah.
And they didn't even want to get married.
Yeah.
I also read about stuff like that. And because they were so different and didn't know a lot about each other, the process then became like an adventure. So learning each other now, learning something new every day, whether it was something that pissed them off or made them happy, no day was boring. And so eventually they fell in love.
Yeah.
You know?
And that is it. I feel like arranged marriages, I do not know of a failed arranged marriage.
You see?
I think it's a mindset, to be honest, because, for instance, if you put two persons who actually want to make this work, they want to find a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. But it have like relationships where somebody sneeze too hard, they're ready to walk on the
Yeah,
floor.
and that is the thing
So,
too. It's culture
yeah,
too. So I
yeah.
feel like because of the culture, it's like this is the only way. There's no turning back. But now we live in a world where divorces come on.
Yeah, have options.
And breaking up is common. So as you say, if somebody sneeze something you turn off, or it's like nobody really to put in the work because it's not a bed of roses. Like nothing that you really want to achieve in life is a bed of roses. You still have to put in work even in a relationship.
In relation to that same arranged marriage point too, people who now meet and in 3 months they get married. People might say, "Oh, you're crazy," but the same reason I just gave you is why it may work, because everything is new and they you know, and they're learning as they go, so they don't get bored and humdrum. And then they have the people who stay together for 10 years. They're just boyfriend and girlfriend. They're together a long time, and then decide, okay, let's get married, and then divorce after 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Because
I
then
heard
I know
those
some
stories.
people like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't know
People
everything there is
change.
to know.
That is life.
Yeah.
People change, mentalities change, expectations change, and I feel
With
like
expectations, that's
is
a big killer.
is the understanding of those changes. You know, like personally, like I have changed a lot in how much years. This is what 15 years we kind of together, like knowing each other.
Wow.
6 years married, and I have changed. She changed, but I expected the change. I don't expect us to stay the same. I expect that our mentality is gonna grow, and we're gonna have different perspectives based on, you know, things that we learn and the things that we experience. But it's understanding that, and I feel like some people just like, see that you change and I ain't dealing with that now, and you know, easy to quit instead of adapting to the situation where you could still unite peacefully and find a, you know, a middle ground to work things out. So.
I like that you touched on that point, because I went to the school of TikTok and I saw a video and the guy was basically saying, in a nutshell, what you just explained. He says, like, if you're with somebody and the reason why it works right now is because we're similar, don't expect that relationship to be what it's going to be in at least 5 years, because you're going to grow. You have to be willing to be with somebody who, as much as they're growing and changing, you're growing and changing, and now you're holding on to each other during that, like growing together, you know? Because a lot of people be like, well, if I like Apple, he should like Apple, and these things will go and connect us.
Boredomville, boy. You understand?
Nah, it's real differences in my household. Is real differences.
And I had a male friend told me something like that, because we were like different and he was trying to date, and I was like, we're so different, and he was like, that is why I go work, because it's exciting. It's like, you're like the opposite of me, and he wasn't under the notion of opposites attract. It's just, it's like, I don't want to be with somebody who's like me, that boring. You know, so
that was kind of one of the reasons why I didn't want to be with somebody in my same profession. So did you have questions like, do we have like these similar financial goals? Did you ever consider all those things as well?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, there's a few things that messes with relationships. Financing is one,
Yeah.
sex life is another, and different aspects. And financing is very important because this really shows the strength of the relationship. Yeah.
Right.
When things are bad, not when things are good.
Right.
But when things are bad, it truly shows the grit and the mentality of both partners in how we work together to solve our problems.
Okay.
It's like
You
maths.
see how we answering thing without just asking?
Yeah, it's maths. I think maths is teach us to solve problems. I ain't so good at maths, yeah, but yeah.
Problems is a shortcut way to find out just who you're dealing with. You see, because if someone crumbles under pressure,
Yes.
well then, bro,
Yeah.
that will tell you
A lot.
exactly what you need to know in order to how to maneuver or navigate around this person, what they can handle, what they can't handle.
Yeah.
You'll know if you had to tell them, you can't handle the truth. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to, let's deal with this together.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah. Neicy, what about you?
I saw this really, really nice question. Does your partner bring out the best in you? And vice versa, of course. Can we have the rest of the
Yes.
ladies?
I don't know about vice. When she bring all the best in me,
Uh-huh.
and I try to bring
That's
all the
honest.
best in her.
That's
Okay.
honest.
I try to support.
We appreciate the honesty.
Yeah. Give
Yeah,
us,
because she gave me all the support, and I try to return the favor.
when
and
you
I
say she
support
brings
her.
out the best in you, give us something that she brought out of Jessie that if it wasn't for my wife being who she is, I probably wouldn't have know this in me.
She allowed me to be me, and to be quite honest, in 2019 was the year that changed my life, where I work corporate and I did music.
Right.
So I would be juggling between both. You know, when you get married, you have responsibilities. You have to take care of the home and whatever. So I was working. You know, I've graduated from school, got my degrees, and then I went to work. And at the same time, still trying to do music.
Oh gosh. So
And
busy.
it's 2019 is where I made the decision, and I say, you know what? I really want to be happy doing what I love, boy. So I resigned from my job, and of course I had to have that conversation at home.
Yeah.
And I told her, I say, I fed up at this traffic early morning, late, coming late, and then I'm not giving music enough time, and I'm truly not happy. I sit down on this desk when I want to be writing and going on a stage and doing things, and she was like, well, go ahead, leave your job.
Wow.
You
That's
know,
a
she didn't
support.
even
I like
think about, okay, well, how we
we
paying the
can pay
bill
the
month
bills.
end? She was like, well, go ahead. And she truly believed, and you know, and even my dad
Yeah.
he was concerned, and he spoke to her, and he was like, so what going on with Jessie on this decision? And she was like, nah, I believe we will be all right.
All in,
And
boy.
she even
Right
gave my
on
dad the
time.
confidence that we will be all right.
Yeah.
See?
And look
And
where you
my
end
life
up.
changed.
You dig?
So this is where she truly, you know, made me better just by supporting me and my happiness and
Yeah.
me pursuing to be my best me in what I want to do. And this is where now I tried my best to also give her
her
the
that.
support that she deserves.
Yeah.
So,
I know some women you can come and tell them about you quit what?
yeah.
You're going to do what full time?
Yeah.
I feel like one of the questions that is extremely important when considering whether or not you should marry someone, or a man should ask himself, is, and I mean, this way I might get a little, you know, it has always fall on my shoulders to go there.
Yes. Go
I
through
can't
Chris.
take all here.
We support you.
Right? But obviously the man will play a big, or put a lot of weight on compatibility in the bedroom.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that is obviously going to be a factor on both ends.
Yeah.
You know, how do you feel about that? We're not asking you to tell us what goes on in the bedroom,
It's
Jessie.
important. I
But
would
yeah.
say it's important because especially in your younger life.
Yeah.
I mean, we young, we excited, we think wherever. It is important. And so I think but still it comes with understanding too. And it comes with time. Because at the get-go, you'll never be perfect, you'll never be thing, but it comes with communication too. And you have to kind of drop your guard and the ego thing and the pride and thing, you have to let go and really communicate on a mature level where both parties could learn to be better in that department.
Okay.
So
So you had to ask
Yeah.
questions, or you
you have
just
to ask
figure it out
questions.
with time.
Yeah, to ask
Okay.
questions. You have to be open and honest about it.
Yeah.
Can't be no
like
big
that.
tanto and feel it, but no my problem. You know?
Well, you finish with that one, Grace?
No, I have another one, but
Yeah.
you go.
Would you also say that one of the questions that should be considered is, do I get along with their family?
Yeah.
And does and their family
man.
get along
The
with
back
mine?
face, only see any face.
Oh my.
So you had any
Yes,
problems there was a big factor.
that is
like,
another thing too that I mean that went in my favor because
Thank God.
it was easier for me. It was easier for me. But I would say for everybody else, when you're married to the family too,
yeah.
you know, because it's crazy. In
That's
my
the annoying
situation,
part,
my
huh?
situation very unique, yeah. My mother-in-law, my father taught my mother-in-law in school.
Just now wait.
Wait. What?
Yeah, so that is why it was so
father
easy for
taught
me.
you.
So
Right,
literally when
okay.
we started, we were friends. It was like I in the family already. It was like that.
Your dad
My dad taught
was
my
her
mother-in-law.
mom's teacher.
Teacher.
Yes. Yes.
So that age gap.
Big. Well, my dad was. Well, he died 70 something, and she's 60 something. So
Okay.
when he returned from university in the States and he now started to teach in Trinidad, she was his first batch of students.
Wow.
Like secondary school or something?
Secondary
Okay,
school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Got it.
how much years ago?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting.
And then her elder
Interesting.
sisters went to primary school with me and my brothers. She didn't go to primary school with us. And then we also had friends in common, like growing up from
You
young.
get you, man.
So it's like we met as teenagers, but we had so much history before.
Yeah.
So it was that easy now. But really and truly, you're really marrying a family. And I think that kind of contributed to us really making it work, you know.
I know this is
Family
beside the
nature.
point, but isn't it strange like how when you're aligned or meant to be with somebody, everything is
Everything
just
around
fall
it
into
just
place. Like it's so
fall
close
into
and you didn't
place.
even meet that
Yeah.
person as yet or
Yeah.
you know,
But
fell
it-
in
yeah.
line. But it's like the energies are just
Yeah,
meant
that
to
was
be.
very
Because when your
crazy.
dad
Yeah.
was teaching her mom, he didn't know that
No
boy
clue.
Of
was
course
going
not.
to be.
No
It just
clue.
shows you
No
small
clue.
world.
That's so cool though.
Yeah.
That's good. That's
Wow,
good.
wow,
That's
wow.
good. That's really cool.
Well, all right. Here what? Let's pause for a little bit, right? And look to take a little break. But guys, if you're just joining us, we're talking about questions a man should ask
Right.
before popping the question. And we have, of course, college boy Jesse eating him watermelon.
Yeah, boy.
Right?
That Chris and Jesse alone liked.
Right? We'll be right back after these messages.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
If I am really to share my story, they go tell me, boy, that can't be true. They don't know about my road to glory. They don't know the things that I've been through. When you watch my smile, don't think I don't know pain. And the sun will shine, but sometimes it will rain. Walk through the valley of the shadow of death and I go brave. And the whole way through I give my thanks and praise. And that's why blessings and blessings are falling on me. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings and blessings are falling on me. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Blessings and blessings are falling on me. Blessings and blessings are falling on me. Blessings are falling on me. From a rise I'm morning, give thanks for my 2 foot and my 2 hands, for the birds that sing in the trees, for the food we reap from the land, and eyes behold the beauty. I'm a beautiful twin island. Big O good and love Trinidad, Jamaica, Grenada, the whole Caribbean. Send me and keep me heart clean, even when the world gets so cold and mean. Through the rise and the falls, I'm a faith stand tall and strong, now lean. Me never ever lose hope, even when me had to cope, keep a smile on me. And me have to live happy and free, big up to the Almighty. Blessings and blessings are falling on me. Blessings, blessings, blessings.
Blessings and blessings are falling on me.
Blessings, blessings, blessings.
Blessings and blessings are falling on me. Blessings and blessings are falling on me.
Blessings are falling on me.
From a rise I'm on and give thanks. From my 2 foot and my 2 hands. For the birds that sing in the trees. For the food we reap from the land. And eyes behold the beauty. I'm a beautiful twin island. Big O good and love Trinidad. Jamaica, Grenada, the whole Caribbean.
All right. And we're back with more Island Girl Talk. We're your hosts. I'm Krystal Khayne.
Trinidad Shawna.
Neicy.
And we have college boy Jesse in the house. Yes.
I don't get fancy and should I say Neicy? Actually, I don't say what college boy Jesse.
And of course, our boy dropping gems right off the bat,
Yes.
Today we're discussing questions a man should ask himself before popping the question, right? But before we get into it, we have some news for you all. Right after the show today, we are going to be debuting Island Girl Talk, partnering with the SAS event. If you all would have recall, a couple months ago, we had an event with SAS, which stands for Sundress, Sandals, and Shades. And they had an event up in St. Joseph for women, a celebration of womanhood, and it was amazing. And Island Girl Talk was honored to be there to cover the event and do interviews and host and whatnot. We have all the footage from that. So we want you all to take a look at it after. So once we finish today, you all will be redirected to that video. Share it, like it, comment, and all that jazz.
Yep.
Cool? Keep it locked. And with that, we continue.
We comment, we rap. I don't even know which
What's it, Chris?
Yes,
so one of the other questions, I don't know how necessary you think this one is. So tell me, can your partner make you laugh? You think that's an important thing?
Yeah, that's important, boy. Happiness is everything.
Happiness
is the foundation.
Yeah.
Of yeah.
So your partner needs to be a comedian?
She's a cartoon, well. Yeah, but they don't need to be a comedian, but
I just have to have a
you
sense
know
of
what I
humor.
mean? Sense of humor is great.
Necessary.
We have Fire Wolfman saying, very good question. How you and your significant other mesh or don't mesh with the respective families is important.
Yeah.
And that could usually be a deal breaker. Yeah. And then Marv Monty says there's no perfect relationship. It's about willingness to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, just keeping them in the loop. We
Boy,
want to
see
ignore
what
with
one
people today.
With Prince Harry.
Right?
Understand? Show your frame.
You know something had to be wrong with our family for him to leave the monarchy like that.
Yeah. Family is important.
As you mentioned deal breakers just now, you have any deal breakers though?
Or had. Because you're
Yeah.
gone.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about it.
I mean, it don't have to be for her, just in general.
Yeah.
Well,
Like what you don't like at all in a woman.
like eating your popcorn.
The lack of ambition is a deal breaker for me.
That
If
is
you have
some
no
big
ambition,
one.
you have no plans for yourself.
Yeah.
Bro, I
You
hear
have
that.
no goals. You just anything
Living
goes
life.
wherever. Well, I don't know, right? You see,
Yeah.
that is number one for me, boy.
Okay.
Even
I
if,
knock off.
even if your plans might seem far-fetched,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
thing
yeah.
is go for it.
Yeah, something.
As long as you actively
Have a
going
idea.
for it, no matter how out because I believe you could achieve whatever you really set
Exactly.
your mind to.
Yeah.
Just have a goal, have a mission in mind.
You sound a little like 50 Cent to that because I was watching an interview with him and they was asking him like why certain relationships didn't work. He didn't call names, particularly, but he said he can't be with a female even though he might be funding them or whatever, and like you have the access because you're with me, you have access to certain things and you're not using that for anything. Like they just want to stay at home, go on trips, and they know this.
If all you into is just being with me and you have no personal goals and
that
really is a turn off.
One time,
understandably so.
I saw some. I picked questions that I thought would be, interesting, right? And this is one because I mean we've all been there. Neicy did it. Right.
It's not
bad. Right? But a question that I think is important is, do we enjoy similar living conditions?
Oh, okay.
You understand? I can put you on the spot for this. Right? Because you might be
on this spot. I think you're talking about is he separate like his and her bathrooms.
Not just that, but like you might be a clean freak and he might be a slob and vice versa. Or every time she wash the wares, the whole ground wet up and she don't mop it up and you and then you walk through and tracking dirt through the wetness. Stuff like that.
See man live with me is a different thing. But I think that comes with time.
Right.
Of course, it's two persons coming from different backgrounds coming into now share the same settings, and it comes with time and understanding that okay,
and patience.
Yeah, patience, understanding that this is how I would like it, and I would like if we can together
come to a compromise.
And come to it comes with time, but
I agree.
Once it's something that both parties willing to work on, and then it's fine. But you can't expect it overnight,
Yeah. I agree because ladies' level of cleanliness to men, little different.
Especially when it comes to the toilet.
Right? So
I
can
learn.
handle the coexisting like the bedroom, the living room, the kitchen. My non-negotiable is that toilet jet. Like I
learn,
separate.
Put that seat down and make sure it's clean, bro.
I grew up in a household with brothers, and mommy being the only female, and we come with that kind of bad habits and learn. Living with my wife, I learn, and like now, like she know if I travel or if I go and stay by somebody else, she know that okay, he ain't gonna embarrass me.
Some men doesn't even notice like little things that they would do, like little things.
But a lot of times too, the females feel a kind of way to tell the man to and you just. It's something you don't like, but you don't want to tell him. But I think it's important that females say.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way that he would know that is something that
he probably not
needs
even
to
aware
change.
something.
Yeah,
not aware.
Their mind is not a thing. But
and you pay attention. Being a man is like, okay, whatever. But if the ladies speak out and let us know the things, then, we try.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want us to explore just a couple more of these questions because for time purposes, we had to get to our spotlight segment.
I have an interesting one. It's a little on the fence, so
Okay.
gather the horses. Did you and your wife had to have like a real heart-to-heart conversation about like skeletons and stuff in the closet before you all took that?
Exes and things.
Them honest questions.
I think it was now like it happened like on it's casual conversation.
Right. Okay.
We kind of learn about things casual conversations. It wasn't like okay, let us throw it all out before we go and make our vows and whatever. It wasn't like that. It was just casual conversations where I gotta find out. Oh, all right, is he? All right, cool. And yeah. But it's and to me, to be quite honest, it don't really matter, Like a lot of things in the past is like I looking at where we going now.
Yeah.
You just
have
to find out. You had to find out.
Question.
Yeah.
I was exactly what Shawna said because you had to find out if the past willing to stay in the past.
Nah,
and not visiting all the present every so often.
So basically, you don't think that question for you is very necessary?
Nah, for me.
For real.
Nah.
Yeah.
I think we too far
I know a couple men like that as well. Who say, I don't care what you do in our past. No. But I feel like women tend to see it a little bit different.
Yeah, women looking at every...
And like my situation, again, it's unique again. A lot of men... My wife, most of her friends are guys.
Right.
And even when we were friends, it's a lot of guys. So I'm very comfortable with in that department. I don't feel intimidated, insecure, nothing is like... we all cool. You know what I mean? But again, same thing like females. Now, if you think of me having all my friends are females,
Problems.
then is that different? So I think my situation very unique in how I deal with it because of the foundation of the relationship. So.
But would you say that more of your friends are female to male? And is she cool with it?
I have female friends. But most of my friends I wouldn't say is females.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she doesn't
Because
have
they
a
come
issue.
from sports and stuff too.
Yeah, and entertainment. So
I have another question. Seeing that you are the college boy Jesse, history making college boy Jesse, how does you and your wife navigate a relationship in entertainment and all that comes with that setting? You know, the groupies, the you know,
and I think that was one of the things that draw me towards us making it make sense because she understands. She grew up around entertainers. She grew up in a household where, I mean, during Carnival time, Bungie and the Asylum Band literally lived in her house. So she have a very close relationship with many artists in the industry. So she understands the life. And I think having somebody who understands our lifestyle on the road, it makes things a lot easier. I don't have to answer much questions in terms of why I do this or why I do that or why so much time in studio and how much, she understands that. So it kind of helps.
So that basically answers the question of how well do you mesh is an important question.
Yeah. I mean, it's just understanding, and sometimes they will have differences, but I think a conversation should be able to clear it up.
Yeah. I was actually going to ask him about the differences, if you all had issues working that through, or if you ask yourself, the way we handle differences is one of the reasons why I wanted to, pursue the proposal. But ask yourself that, or recognize that every time we have conflict, we see about it in a good manner, in a healthy way.
And I think that is what, why we probably still standing, because we have a way of, every relationship we have these fallouts.
Right.
But we have a good way of resolving them and moving on. So.
Excellent.
Who's the first to compromise? Who's the first to compromise? Like when you're getting a fight, who's the one ready to paddle?
Oh, gosh. This song an interrogative. I like it.
Who's the first to say, okay, sorry.
Me?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm the first. Yeah, I'm the first because then we'll go on.
He gets
and
it.
a lot of times I am right. But I just say, okay. And because then it will never end.
Wait.
And I'm the peacemaker.
Yes.
Because it's not, I mean, when you really think about things, you realize that it's not so important. You realize that real petty, so why I holding on to that? I want, all right, you win, all right, cool. Let's move on,
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll make the adjustments and stuff.
Yeah.
That's a good way of handling it.
One of the questions that I think either one should ask is like, what are the gender roles or their perception of the gender roles in the marriage?
Wow.
What is expected as the man or as the woman or is everything split down the middle
I feel we hit
equal?
that nerve there. We hit that.
I really like this because
100.
These are things that we talk about all the time, and it's like society create all these laws, right? In terms of what the man should do, what the female should do. We customize our situation. We customize it. I would wash wares too. I would do what I can. She would also do what she can.
Right.
We don't really play that. I mean,
yes.
I can't cook to you.
All right.
So I really have a choice in that department.
Yeah.
And I try, but she really want to eat my food.
Oh gosh.
So it leaves me to a point where I ain't cooking.
Uh-huh.
But I would clean.
Yeah.
I'd help and wash wares. I try and clean her wrong. I will do what. And
Yes.
the same thing. She will do what she can. She do.
Man.
When she can, she does it. When I can, I do it. At
Yeah.
times I can't. So it have no rules with man have to do this, woman. Nah, you have to customize this
Does
situation.
it get like a little challenging seeing that you may be on the road a lot more, not home?
Yeah, that becomes tough. Like this year, like last year, she literally traveled with me. So we were in the US for 5 months. So we were, and then this year I was out a lot in between, and it became a little challenging. But because of how we now decide to set up ourselves in terms of her flexibility or having her own stuff going on, having my own stuff, it's easier now where okay, come and go with me. There we go thing.
Yeah.
You know, baby on the way too.
What?
There we go.
He dropped the bomb. He dropped the bomb.
So we kind of set up.
So we said drop the bomb.
We kind of set things up in a way where we have that flexibility and freedom because I mean, well, having the experience knowing artists and we know what we were about to face.
Yeah.
So we try to solve all the different challenges so that we could make our situation workable.
Okay. And wifey definitely have her stuff going on because we thought wifey would be chilling with us in studio today and wifey drop off Jessie and go about she business
like a boss.
Yeah.
I said drop the little, you know, the little information.
She would be
just now.
confetti. They say confetti. Confetti.
Do you say that? Would you say that one of the questions that you should ask your to-be wife is, do you want kids or how many kids you have? And is this a discussion that you guys had?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
you know you have a number and thing.
Did you
I mean-
have the same number? Oh.
No, we don't. I mean, I always wanted two. I wanted a boy and a girl.
Right.
And I don't think it mattered to her.
Right.
But like earlier in our relationship, she always had this fear of delivering a baby, like having a baby. Now. She had that fear.
Yeah.
And even me, I reached a point where it wasn't that pressure where I have to have a child. It was like, okay, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen,
Okay, good.
I not go and force and I go and pressure.
Yeah.
I cool with us customizing our situation and living how we want to live.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, with you, we happy, we doing we thing, and that's that.
Yeah.
If we have to now adopt a child and we want to add to the family, we'll do that.
Okay.
I mean, we have two
Dogs.
nice dogs that give us a little responsibility early in
they
the
do.
marriage, and you know we get a little taste of that responsibility. It's not the same as having a child, but it was a start.
Right.
But yeah, it's a conversation that people should really have, you know. Yeah.
Does anyone want to end it off?
No, you have a good
I have
question.
one last one that I want to end before we go to commercial. One of the questions that I think should definitely be asked, and I'm sure you asked it yourself, is can I envision my life without her in it? If I look to the future, can I see her not being there? That's a really important question to ask before marriage.
Yeah, boy.
Or is it?
Yeah, that is a real serious question to ask. Because if you feel like you can't see her there, then you really have to think about the decision. If it's really the decision that you want for yourself. Yeah.
You mean if you could see her not being there?
Yeah, if you could see her not being there, it's like, nah. If you still having doubts of that, then, you know, you could do without her.
So I guess
want to play devil's advocate here, though.
Jesus, advocate, Shawna.
it would be the
It
same
wouldn't be,
thing.
remember, Jesus means it's good energy. When you're going against, it's bad energy. So if I bring any bad energy, how am I to tie Jesus there? What's wrong with you? Good. Right, good. So, my question, cool, I lose my train of thought. What were we talking about just now?
We're talking about whether or not he
if you
can
could
see himself.
Right,
Right.
good. Won't you say that some people reach to like a certain point of wisdom where they recognize, I chose you. You are my choice and I choose to spend my life with you, but it doesn't have to be that way. So it's a day tomorrow, you pass away or for some strange reason we don't work out, I would survive and I will be happy. So do you think that it really is a necessary question, or you think that it could be a little on defense?
I mean, the reality of life is we ain't gonna be here forever. We don't know what tomorrow holds. But best case now, you really want to spend the rest of your days as much as you can with that person.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's an important question still to ask.
And two, when you found that, whether or not you're strong enough to make it with or without someone, I think it becomes irrelevant when you find that person for your soul, that feeds your soul. When you find, would you really want to give that up? You know, not really. I don't see anyone giving up true love.
But it's important to hold your ground regardless, you know, and you know, even if the person something happened, unfortunately.
Yes,
Because I want to also make sure that if I'm not here tomorrow, that she's strong enough to handle things, and you know, so
Indeed.
vice versa.
All right, guys.
He handle it with ease, but
And with that, we wrap.
I don't know where she was going.
We wrap topic of the day. All right, guys, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break and get ready for our spotlight segment, where we're gonna get a little more deep with college boy Jesse, talk a bit about his career and, you know, his music and all that jazz. So keep it locked right here to Island Girl Talk on OURradio.8. FM.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Yo, college boy just say, we carry it no longer. Fretting make me feel better. Let we make it sweeter. We doing it again. We carry it no longer. Fretting make me feel better. Let we make it sweeter. We doing it. There is no better time. Oh yeah. We doing it. 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 Living this life of mine. Oh yeah. We doing it. 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 'Cause I want just to feel good every day now. I am in the mood, and I know none of us know what tomorrow might bring. So today I go enjoy myself and sing. Everybody join me, 'cause we carry it no longer. Fretting make me feel better. Let we make it sweeter. We doing it again. We carry it no longer. Fretting make me feel better. Let we make it sweeter. We doing it. There is no better time. Oh yeah. We doing it. 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 Living this life of mine. Oh yeah. We doing it. 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 This life is a celebration. As long as we have freedom, we don't need invitation. So join the section. Come everyone. This life is a celebration. Your friend and family come down. Represent where you're from. And join the section. Come there we jam now. No longer. Fretting make me feel better. Let we make it sweeter. We doing it again. We carry it no longer. Fretting make me feel better. Let we make it sweeter. We doing it. There is no better time. Oh yeah. We doing it. 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 Living this life of mine. Oh yeah. We doing it. 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 We carry it no longer. Fretting make me feel better. Let we make it sweeter.
What is this? I need you to explain this to me right now. What is this? Who is this talking about? She wants to see you on our anniversary day.
That's just my friend.
Friend, random girl going to talk about so she wants to see you. Listen, I'm getting fed up on this now.
I can't have friends.
I don't want to hear that, Jesse. I don't want to hear that. That don't make no sense.
So sorry for the days, for all the life and all the games. One thing I have to say, gosh, baby, come closer, let we hug up, yeah. Come, let we do this right. I don't want to find one to let you tonight, so we could love up, yeah. I take any blame, now do it again, don't, 'cause you know pain, no. boy just say.
They say happiness is the best form of medication. Yes, I've seen tunes healing wounds no prescription could fix. They say happiness is about the journey and not the destination. But I beg to differ, I'm from the happiest nation, and this destination defines it. It's alive in us, survives in us, thrives in us, abides in us. Each beat puts a vibe in us, it can't hide in us. Our soul of calypso. And so the definition is love is, peace is, joy is, happiness is soca music.
Ghosts.
So, right now we're in the happy capital of the world. This is Trinidad and Tobago, where happy people are found. Oh gosh. College boy just say, ghostwriters, we so happy, happy people. Oh God, nothing could feel good like this. Floating on the clouds like if I don't have no problems. I feel so happy. It's only good vibes we bring that put me on the ceiling. And I just love this feeling. It make me happy. If you wake up in a bad mood, I want you to shake it away. Some people want you to do good for yourself, but I'm better than them. In this life, when negative vibes it come your way, just ignore them. Cover your ears and sing la da 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 da. Sing the happy song la da 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 da. Everybody just come along, yeah la da 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 da. We ain't doing nothing wrong, la da 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 da. Let me go, 'cause I feel good like if I win the lottery. I don't want no worry. God, I feel so happy, 'cause I feel good like if I win the lottery. I don't want no worry. God, I feel so happy, I love when I'm in this mood, floating on the clouds like if I don't have no problems. I feel so irate right now. Everything that I do put me on the ceiling. I just love this feeling. It make me happy. If you wake up in a bad mood, I want you to shake it away. Some people want you to do good for yourself, but I'm better than them. In this life, when negative vibes it come your way, just ignore them. Cover your ears and sing la da 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 da. Sing the happy song la da 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 da. Everybody just come along, la da 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 da. We ain't doing nothing wrong, la da 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 da. Let me go, 'cause I feel good like if I win the lottery. I don't want no worry. God, I feel so happy, 'cause I feel good like if I win the lottery. I don't want no worry. God, I feel so happy, la da 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 da. Sing the happy song, la da 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 da. Everybody just come along, la da 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 da. We ain't doing nothing wrong, la da 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 da. Let me go, 'cause I feel good like if I win the lottery. I don't want no worry. God, I feel so happy, Everybody happy? Yeah! God, I feel so happy,
'Cause I just smoke good sense.
Hey, hi. Trouble. I just want to thank College Boy Jesse Spine, Stevie and the ghostwriters for inviting me to the video shoot today because I was in my house on my bed ain't doing nothing. And if anybody tried to upset me today, I just want to know I happy. Bye.
Yo, this life could be full of characters, and it is impossible to please everybody. You have 365 days in a year, but don't waste 1 minute living to please people. You know why? Cause in our real life, them is not your friend. Live your life, don't study them. It's not about the likes on the Instagram. Live your life, don't study them. Them don't put no food in your kitchen. Live your life, don't study them. We don't live to please none of them, and we not beg no friend. Behind your back, some of them that's back talk ya. In your face, they always smiling. Yeah, all them fakers, we just have to ignore, cause they cannot stop we blessing. This life has so much lessons. If I learn a hard and deep down some people hurting, and on the outside they laughing, but I want to live my reality. I can't lie. Father, rain your blessings on I. Cause in our real life, them is not your friend. Live your life, don't study them. It's not about the likes on the Instagram.
And we're back with more Island Girl Talk. We're your hosts. I'm Krystal Khayne.
Trinidad Shawna.
And guys, who do we have in the house today?
To do his thing. Let me hear you.
Who we have in the house?
College boy Jesse. Gosh.
I wonder if he could do that, boy. Let me make it do it one more time now.
That's a drop.
What you say?
College boy Jesse.
I like that. That's how we should introduce
Guys, by that because he was feeling left out, I just thought I'd let you all know.
All right, guys, this week is Guy's Perspective, the last Wednesday of the month where we bring a guy in to co-host and chat with us, all right? And if you're just joining us, we just wrapped our topic of the day, which was questions a man should ask himself before popping the question. If you missed it, you know what to do. Go back and watch it. It's all right. We have playback. Right, but right now it's time for the Spotlight segment where we talk a little bit about Jesse and his music and all that jazz. And for those of you who don't know, College Boy Jesse, the reigning international groovy soca monarch, is a talented young artist and a songwriter out of Cunupia, Trinidad and Tobago, who began performing at the very tender age of 7 years old. Throughout the years, he has copped several titles and gained recognition as one of the Caribbean's most electrifying performers. Yes, we gonna leave you to tell the rest. You understand? We want to quickly touch on everything that is about the artist, College Boy Jesse. So let's start the way we always do. Tell us a little bit about your history and how you even came to be the artist known as College Boy Jesse.
So I mean, as mentioned before, started in primary school at 7, Calypso. You sing, everybody sing in the church choir. And then, we ventured into the performing in the soca thing. So 2009 was that year when I released my first soca song that you could find on YouTube and that type of thing. It was on a rhythm called the 747 rhythm, produced by my brother, Mr. Spine. So that was the era around Millennia Family. So that was the first project that the Millennia Family released, a project that featured Orlando Octave, Kerry John, Macamillion, myself. And then the following year, my brother produced another project called the Bedspread Rhythm. And at that time, I was so much involved in football that I wasn't sure if I wanted to put out a song. And Orlando Octave was the one that told me, if you have to release one song every year, release one every year. And that is where it came to, I released my second song and then I started releasing every year, even when I was playing football. UTT, went to UTT, and also got selected for the national football team. Still doing music, even during that time.
Real multi-talented.
Yeah, then I started writing for other artists because this way I started testing myself. I felt like, I wasn't getting love that I wanted. And I say, what, let me start writing and see if it's something with me or if it's something with the music.
Right.
And then
I like that.
That's interesting.
the songs that I wrote became hits. I did Freedom was the first song. Freedom for Lyrical was the first song that I sold. Then Go Hard for Marshall and Skinny Fabulous. Go Hard being the only soca song to be licensed by a sport network, which is ESPN and Fox Sports.
Okay.
Very cool.
So that did well, and that's when I realized, hey, the writing cool, and then every other artist started asking for songs where I wrote for everybody. Aaron Duncan, Ricky Jai, Raymond Ramnarine, Alison Hines, Terry Lyons, Destra, Orlando, Teddyson John, Cohen Dubois. I wrote for a lot of artists throughout the years before people started.
I need to ask you who you didn't write for.
Yeah.
Does your writing process differ based on who you're writing for?
Yes, definitely.
How so?
Earlier on, it wasn't really song specific to the artist. But,
so the first two that you mentioned,
it was
just random ones.
Freedom was just a song that I wrote and lyrical. He loved it and he took it. And then Go Hard was actually supposed to be a collab between myself and lyrical.
Oh, okay.
And then Marshall and Skinny Fabulous heard it and they wanted the song. And I had to ask Lero, what we gonna do? He said, give them it now. We go always do music, and that's what Go Hard turned into.
Interesting.
So,
We have Marv Monty saying, I just took in live your life. He says, College Boy, you just got a new follower. Your lyrics are worth repeating. Yes,
Yeah, man. Live your life. yeah.
We know there's a story behind your name. How you got the name College Boy Jesse?
Because he went to college.
Oh, God, this
right. That is a football thing. It's a football thing. So as I said, I was releasing music even while I was playing football for the national team. And also I was a student in UTT, University of Trinidad and Tobago. So while on the national team, I was the only student. Everybody else are professional players playing in Europe and playing local pro league and playing US and around the world, and I'm the only student that was selected. So they nicknamed me College Boy. Wow. And I say, you know what, I'm gonna just add that to my name while I release my music. And like it stuck. It stuck throughout the years, and it's.
And I like it too. I mean, it could have worked on its own and with College Boy Jesse. It works both ways, because even if there's like College Boy, they're like, hey, College Boy is a bop too, you know how long we say that?
Thank goodness.
It's
I was so happy about it, but
it's sort of College Boy is a bop. To ask for the name, because like after a while, like Lil Wayne and these people would drop the Lil.
Yeah.
So
we will eventually get to that point. But we still trying to get people familiar with
you could do it like P Diddy, Puff Daddy,
or
like TC Jigga. Now it's Jigga TC.
Yeah. We still trying to figure out a smart way of abbreviating it or changing it, but not
without diluting
the brand. Exactly.
Makes sense. What was your experience like in 2020 when you took the title for the Groovy? So come on now.
I was grateful even from the semi-finals. We went into, because the objective was, okay, Jesse, you're touching all these different stages, but you never touched Soca Monarch stage. You're doing all this work, but it was like people still don't know what you could do, who you are, that type of vibe. So we used that platform. Then again, I was in a situation of do or die. I'm 100% in music now, so I have to, stand up seriously. So we took the stage as a platform. So we went in the semi-finals and we delivered like if it was the finals, because we always think about the brand, presenting the brand the best way we can. People are like, but what you going to do for finals if you do all of that? We literally scrape every bank account to present that presentation. And so moving into the finals again was the same thing. We scrape, daddy take loan, mother-in-law take loan.
Daddy,
we went all in, and we had this. The support was real. We went all in.
Daddy, big up you.
It was 150,000 for the presentation.
Wow.
And we really, again, is about the brand. We didn't even see about, okay, if we win or we get something, at least we could cover the expenses. But we were looking at presenting the brand because we're looking at what could happen after. College Boy Jesse would be a brand on this stage that is presented well. And that was the focus. And again, we paid attention to the judging criteria. We did our homework. I got support from Mr. Keller, is also a part of our team, Mr. Keller from Grenada. And together with Mr. Keller, even Bungie, I call Bungie for pointers. I've judged from the previous year, Carl Beaver Henderson. You know, we call everybody to find out, okay, what we should pay attention to in our presentation and all of that, and we conceptualized everything. I mean, Mr. Killer was the one who brought together my intro with having Kobe Bryant at the start of my performance. He was like, okay, you want people to feel happy, but first you have to bring them down. You have to make them feel emotional and sad, and then boost them up when you come out. And so it's like, music is an emotional thing, and we took all the lessons that we can to present properly, and that's what we did. So even when I came off the stage, I was happy. I felt like I good.
What I would have said though, because I would have been like, I took a Monarchs for a year, come and go, and when I saw your performance, and I like, a lot of people brought the A game, and you know, like when you're around something for a while, you know what you know, but you don't know you know it. And after you performed, in terms of like, like you understand what they're judging, you understand the criteria, but you just don't know you know this information because you're around it. And when you perform, we saw, it took me back to like the era with Marshall Montano and that level, because over the years, like it just started to, I don't want to sound bad, but it started to water down when people just come on stage and do the bare minimum, and I'm like, is this even a competition?
I personally did my homework in terms of, I looked at all the winners throughout the years. I look at their presentation and I realized there's a formula in common. There's things in common of all the winners. Me really watch nobody who comes second, third, fourth, fifth thing. I just focus on, okay, what these winners do to win.
We were in the judging area, like the media and the judging area were kind of close. And when you finished perform, I heard one of the judges say he was like one of the first performers of the night who actually stayed within the time.
That too.
Everybody was going overtime, like if they wasn't losing points for it.
Everything I did on stage, I did it 6 times before. So we had a week of preparation. And the 1 a.m. Fantastic Friday, I was on that stage also. Because the first time that my team actually get to do everything on the stage, dancers, everybody getting to know the space and figuring it out. Even though they were still preparing the stage. We kind of steal a little moment to get done.
Practice.
So I did it whole week. So going on the stage to the time of 6 minutes, it was like you're just going through the motion again. And there were actually things that did not happen, but nobody knew. Ronnie McIntosh and Lord Nelson were supposed to join me on stage. They were both in traffic, the same traffic, and they made it when I came off the stage. But nobody noticed because we kind of find a way to filter.
That's
and
very cool.
Yeah.
I have a bittersweet congratulations, because on one end it's a good thing, but the next end it comes from a bitter place. You are now the lead singer of the All Stars, replacing your cousin, the late great
Black's your cousin?
Yeah.
Dexter, aka Black. So
you use our word replace, boy.
Well, you step in it. I don't know. You correct me. How do you?
So last year after Miami Carnival, I got a call from the director of the band, the musical director Juice Man, and the manager of the band, and they wanted to meet with me. And the meeting, I came back, and my brother and I went to the meeting, and they literally contracted me to join Blacks in the forefront of the band. Unfortunately, we didn't get much opportunity to showcase that. The only stage we did it was at my event, Soca Love Story. That was the first time that the band literally worked with me. Blacks was on stage, but as we all see, he was not on 100% then. Even members of the band weren't 100%. We were in tough times in COVID, and it wasn't the best time to give that information. Blacks passed away, and now it's College Boy Jesse alone. And then we used our next stage to, basically to give the information to the public. So it came across like I'm replacing him.
Yeah.
But it was more like I'm joining him, but you know, but such is life.
Well, now all eyes on you. I mean, you have
Yeah.
some big shoes to fill, but
Yeah.
we have no doubt you can fill them.
Yes,
Blacks
yes.
was, oh my God, I loved him so much.
Yeah. But
so
I mean,
kind. He was so.
I love him as well.
Yeah.
This man was like a overflowing, abundant vessel of love and no discrimination, and always used to make
And
you
funny as
feel
hell.
good and
And very blatant. Like
Yeah.
what he thinking
Yeah.
is what he gonna say. That I wonder.
so much we could learn, boy. So much we could
Yeah.
learn from him as entertainers within our industry. And you know, I try my best to carry on the legacy of how he lived with people. Is more than just the music, but it's how he lived with people.
And we
The
used to
impact he make
send
in their
little
lives.
voice notes, you know, back in
Yeah.
2017, we had did this award show called the TTCME Awards, and
I remember.
right, and I was doing backstage management for the artists, and
Yeah.
he was there. And anyway, long story short, he realized I was going through some stuff. It was a little challenging, the
Yeah.
situation, and he started sending me like voice notes from after that situation. I met him personally in 2017, and he'd be like, Krystal, you know, it's this way he used to talk. Yeah, don't study yourself, don't study nobody. Yeah? I just want to tell you that, don't study nobody, girl. You just do you. And I'm like, oh, God, you don't even have to do that. And he actually thought to send me a random, you know, from time to time. He is awesome.
Yeah.
He is awesome. Was awesome.
Yeah.
Is awesome. Because you know, you don't know. I mean, you just don't have a body, but you don't know what goes on in the afterlife. I don't
Yeah.
believe anybody dies per se, but that's a different convo. He is awesome. Yeah.
So speaking of awesome people, we know that you have a little one coming.
Yeah.
So
baby
of course that's
college boy.
awesome news, but I'm kind of curious to know how you think this might impact your life, in what way.
It will change my life totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will change totally. You know, everybody's saying, boy, enjoy your sleep for now.
We
You
want
know?
to know about that, sir. If you,
Yeah.
whenever if you're always releasing music, so we sure this is
Sing a
not the
song.
last time we'll see you.
Listen,
Yeah.
this song should be titled "No Sleep." We don't
Right?
sleep.
Nah, it will.
When you come back, we want to hear about the no sleep business.
Yeah, it will change my life.
But
So
are
you
you
know-
excited? Are you excited
Yeah,
about
definitely.
it? You're like,
Definitely is another challenge. I see it as challenges. I see every different aspect of life as a
babies are a
challenge to
blessing to
overcome.
her.
What you having,
You know,
Yes.
Jadel in the industry.
Yes.
She told me, and that's my girl. Once she had her baby, the blessings just started to flow like never
I
before.
heard Shansia say the
Yeah.
same thing when she had her son. She
Yeah.
was like a whole new.
A lot of people.
Well,
it's
I
like,
mean,
don't know
I
if it's-
waiting
is
for
it some
the
kind of-
blessings that fall, right?
It's having a child, some kind of, you know, in the game of life where you unlock to the next level.
But-
You know what I mean?
Tell us.
Like, you know, when you're playing Call of Duty and you pick up your weapons and things,
Yeah.
it's like you just make each other like,
Yeah. Go through Chris and then you tell us and we'll come after.
I taken that.
Would you be surprised,
Blessings
like,
flow.
on the, like, you know what you're having?
Yes.
And it sure is one.
Yes.
You're sure?
Yes, we
Because
sure.
I've seen cases
We sure.
where when the one come out, they say, wait, we seen another one.
If
like,
it's two, I mean, I don't mind because then I done. Boy and girl or two, I done
You're
after.
done.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm having a beautiful baby girl.
Congrats.
And her name will be Soka. Yeah. So you all heard it first.
I love
Publicly.
it.
exclusive.
Yeah, you all heard it first.
Girl Talk exclusive. Can we repeat that?
Yeah.
We got college boy Jesse. He's having a
Ahsoka love story, baby.
oh gosh, I
Yeah, her name
love
is
it.
Soka.
I've
This
never
reminds
heard.
me of like Cardi B them with cult. Like,
Because
I
no,
just
it's
love it
it's
though.
literally people don't understand. Soca was created to unite the people of Trinidad and Tobago, right? Soca is the happiest music ever. It's happiness, love, and unity, and this is what we are creating in our life. And Soca brought us together, and Soca is what we're creating. So it
Fun fact.
she yeah
Sorry, I'm sorry. You go, darling.
yeah no good.
She was just saying she never heard, but I have a fun fact. Wasn't that character in Pirates of the Caribbean the
Calypso.
Calypso? That
With
was
the
her
dreads
name,
and the Calypso was her name.
If it was Soca.
You could name it.
Nah. No, we ain't going down that way. Yeah, we just tried. I
No,
mean,
but
it that is what it
Soca-
represents in our
Soca
relationship. So
Like, Soca.
yeah, Soca loves Stuart.
Ooh, did you just say Soca love baby?
Because his
This concert
That's
was
just psychic.
Soca Love Story.
Oh.
Soca Love Story. So Soca,
I love it.
That is a real.
Oh, look how we have us
brand name already.
gushing like a bunch of women.
That's
Can't take
amazing,
it.
though.
Yeah, meaning man is
Soca
yeah.
Love
right.
Story. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's nice. Who came up with that? I feeling
It's a
white.
combination of both of us. You know, it's
brilliant.
That's what we created. That is what brought us together. That is what we want to continue to share. You know. So yeah.
All right. We have just a couple more questions for you. So we heard that you have already released a couple songs for next year.
Yeah.
And you have some surprise collabs coming up. You did 6 songs already.
6 songs.
Right?
Yes.
Wow. And you have some surprise collaborations coming up. I mean, what else can we look out for? Can you mention these collabs, or you want to keep it a surprise?
I
want to
keep it a surprise.
All right.
I want to keep it a surprise.
Keep it surprise. Keep it surprise.
I'm gonna sell out one because he airs on radio.
Yeah,
so
it leaked.
technically, yeah.
Okay. It
He
leaked
have a
on-
song coming out with Destra.
Yeah.
Can you tell us anything
Queen
about
of Bacchanal. This is a song we have for a while, yeah. You know, music goes, you record and the music is there, and we just wait on the best time to put it out. So we feel like this is the best time to put it out. Bacchanal Blood is the name of the song. So you know,
It's songing good.
the Queen of Bacchanal, Bacchanal in the Blood, and it was produced by DJ Anna and Ultra Simo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. I want to touch on the chat rooms, keep them involved. We have Kyle Lequay saying amazing topics and conversation. Keep up the great work, Island Girl Talk, and hats off to college boy Jesse and his journey and humility to follow your dreams and talents. Excellent. Thank you,
Big
Kyle.
up yourself, Kyle.
We have Acacia
Kyle is a good one.
Duvertile. That's my girl, Acacia Duvertile, in the house. Hi, Cassie. She says, gotta love parents who believe in their children. Excellent job to your parents, Jesse. And to you for deciding on what you want. Hot.
Yes.
Love hot. And then we have DJ Kello in the house. Big up you, DJ Kello. He says, congrats, brother. And then Acacia is back saying, love that name. Yes. She's a soca baby, yeah? I don't know if there's anybody I know personally who loves soca more than Cassie.
Wow.
One of these days I'll bring her on the show.
I have a friend
She
like that, ridiculous.
loves soca music. Like, I can't understand the love.
You know who like that? Janae.
Yeah.
Every song. You wouldn't, I don't even know if the song come out as yet and she know it.
Yeah. We have 3 more. We have Fire Wolfman saying congrats to you and wifey, Jesse. DJ Kello is back saying, I given away what? What? He say I given away what want? What do you mean by that, Kello? Yeah, I think that was a typo. And then we have Marv Mundy saying, yeah, man, congrats. The legacy continues.
Yes.
Indeed. But just before we wrap, we want to, of course, say, tell the people how they could keep up with you on your socials and what else they could look out for. I know they're a little tight-lipped. But that's all right.
So, follow me on social media at College Boy Jesse, CollegeBoyJesse on all platforms. I try any TikTok thing. Like, I start to remember. I start to remember.
You had a viral TikTok with the KFC condiments, though.
Nah, you had a big up wifey for that. So that again, right? So I literally sent out for somebody to manage my social media because my days is crazy. I don't even have time for it like that. I post and thing like that. So so follow me on social media. My YouTube channel is also the same, College Boy Jesse. Also my website, collegeboymusic.com. Have everything, all the new music, every single thing is there. And we have so much new things that we're gonna drop. So far it's 6 songs, right?
Yeah. Damn.
Friday we might get 2 more. And then every week leading until we will have new music. So for 2023, I feel I'm gonna put everything together and create an album, and it's be my first album for
And this is how you could tell greatness is destined, because he is putting in the work. People, it's about consistency and discipline. First and foremost, kudos to you.
And being very strategic. Like, you're one of the most strategic persons when it comes to soca and stuff. You do focus a lot, as much as on the creative and artistic side, but also the business, the marketing and the management side.
No, I must give thanks to Winston Gypsy Peters. I must give thanks to Macamillion. And these were the people who instilled the business in me from very young. Having conversations like, yo, you need to know the business, and this is where we started to like study the business of the industry before we really got, fully in. So yeah,
I love that. Nice. Look, DJ Kello corrected himself. He said correction. He said, I'm giving away. Who wants? Why you give it away, boy? I could only guess, DJ Kello. I could only guess. But oh gosh, College Boy Jesse, we want to thank you so much for hanging with us and updating us on what's new with you. And we do wish you all the best in all your endeavors. You certainly put in all the work and full support all the way.
Thank you for having me.
But we ain't finished with you yet,
Shawna still have things.
We ain't finished with you yet. We have things coming.
Oh, no. It's time to put him in what?
Yeah,
the hot box.
We finished with the formal questions. We thank the fans. The formal questions.
Disclaimer, Jesse.
But we
you thought we was going to say the hot seat, but this is a woman show.
Use your mind. With the carriage, let's don't let it affect the friendship. Put the disclaimer out there.
Oh, God. So still to come, we have Sip and Spill. Let's talk trends. Get through, going through right here on Island Girl Talk on OURradio.fm. We'll be right back after this very quick message.
Yeah.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
College boy Jesse. You know it has some people that feel important when they have a whole bag of friends.
And we're back with more Island Girl Talk. We're your hosts. I'm Krystal Khayne.
Trinidad Shawna.
Neicy. And we've got College Boy Jesse in the house.
College boy Jesse.
Yes. I don't know how to say that, you know.
Yeah. You know, make up that,
right? No, that's his intro. So, guys, College Boy Jesse is here with us today for Guys Perspective that we have at the end of every month, the last Wednesday of every month. And if you missed it and you're just joining us, you missed a lot. We talked about the topic of the day, what questions a man should ask himself before proposing, before popping the question. You know, we delved into a little bit about his career and his music. He has some cool things coming.
Go back and watch it.
Go back and watch it if you want the exclusive. But right now, it's time for Sip and Spill. Cheers! Cheers. Get College Boy in on that. Yes. Where we ask all kinds of out of time and weird, quirky, and sometimes steamy questions. And we put our guests in the hot box. Yes, But before we go there, we had to do a little some. So, reintroducing Caribe gluten-free, all-natural hard ciders. Sip on the all-new mimosa, made with a unique blend of blood orange and pineapple, or pop open the drier, crisper brute to elevate any occasion. Yes, and don't forget the strawberry flavored rosé with a new label. Caribe hard cider, moments made extraordinary. I love these scripts. So that's
we know you love the script. We just need to put you on the stage.
Moments made extraordinary.
That's what you said.
Caribe. Mimosa. Ooh. Whoever made these scripts, kudos to you. Big up you. And with that, we commence.
Yes, yeah, like we. Right, you ready?
Who's starting? Shawna, like you're ready. Get it ready.
Always. Have you ever been harassed by an ex?
Oh gosh. We're going there, I guess.
No.
Serious?
You had a sip before you spill.
Yeah, he
Getting drunky.
only wants to play heat and not there.
Nah.
Alright.
Never been harassed.
Okay. You ever harass any ex?
Nah.
I mean, pre-wife. You know? No harassing, nothing. Okay. No
Did you
trying
ever
to make
harass
attack
your
her?
wife before they get
How much
married?
questions is that?
It's the same one, just different.
Ask him if you ever harass your wife before they get married.
Nah.
No, okay, alright.
Are you interested in politics? If the soca see no workout, would you go into politics?
I have my views. I would like to somewhat support, development of the future of this country in some way. But I don't know. I prefer to work behind the scenes than to,
How do you deal with betrayal?
Nah, boy, I lock off, boy.
Lock off like that.
Real?
Yes.
Yeah, I lock off, boy.
You know
like-
what's betrayal, girl needs? Not
Yeah,
just
I-
romantic, you know.
Yeah, nah. I learned about betrayal. I fresh into that. I learned that in the pandemic.
Serious?
Yeah.
Anything you could touch
I
on?
hear the messages in my song and them I say, what I say, boy?
It had to live your
Good
life.
friend better than pocket money,
Oh,
and then live your life. Don't
yeah.
study them.
Yes.
Listen to the messages in the music. Is that's what I dealing with.
Wow.
That come from a burn.
Yeah, it came from real
Yes,
thing.
facts. Anybody?
So I have a real extra one here, right? Pre-wife, huh? So don't cry. Have you ever been unfaithful?
Yes.
Okay. You see,
Sip.
honesty is good.
Yeah, the step.
God bless you.
All right, I have one. So we all adulting or try we best to adult, right?
Speak
But do
for
you
yourself.
feel like you're an adult?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
That boring life and thing, boy. All right.
No,
cool.
but bills.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bills and
The
make you feel like
worst
I have
part. Boy, I feel you. Do you believe in life after death?
I'm not sure. Like, it's based on. Because, for instance, I lost my dad, but I still feel like he's around. You know, kind of
Right,
vibe.
okay. Yeah.
You feel like people would leave. The vibe
Imprints,
still around
yeah.
now.
Yeah, the energy,
So,
right?
yeah.
You see?
What was your loneliest moment, if you ever had one?
My loneliest moment would have been like when I graduated with my master's degree, right? I was expecting to like be employed immediately. And I had like a period of probably like 8 months.
Ooh.
Where I just applying for everyone and realized this
Nothing.
piece of
else,
paper I
just
have no word, boy.
halting
Like
in
I
the
felt
wag.
that lonely, like
You see?
really, yeah.
Wow.
That was the moment where I really felt like
To sell.
out
Walk
here
out
alone.
yourself.
At that point, you didn't start working as yet, so you were overqualified and you didn't really have the experience. Boy, that life is the hardest.
Exactly.
Gotta work for yourself, buddy.
Exactly.
Be about that business life.
Yeah.
All right.
Same.
Do you mind a hairy woman?
Hairy woman.
Hairy woman.
Hairy legs.
Shawna does work in Chris' favor when
Hairy legs. Hairy chest.
Yes, hairy.
Yeah,
Hairy
body
legs
hair.
or hairy under there. Hairy.
Nah,
In other words, do you enjoy a full bush?
no.
All right.
No,
Okay.
unacceptable.
Hot box, you know.
I've got one.
Hot boxes.
Are your earliest moments positive
My earliest moments.
in life? Positive.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, earliest moments is when you play and snacks. You're thinking about the moment. So
Yeah.
That was great.
I would think it's good. Yeah.
Would you ever return to someone who's been unfaithful? I mean, you're married now, but would that be something you're willing to forgive?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You
Till
sure about
death do us
that? After you
part.
just said about betrayal.
No, but he probably meant it in a different
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I give you $1 million right now, what you doing with it? I don't have $1 million
That's
for you,
that
but
trust
you know,
fund
I'm
for
hoping.
soca.
Or investment, so it could be
Yeah.
anything.
Well, yeah.
I love
I
that.
First thing I thinking about is investments.
Right.
Like that's where my mind been running on.
Yeah.
Like all the time.
Yeah.
Like how could I flip this? I have no intention of putting money in bank and let it sit down. I
Yeah.
want to put money to work. So I will be thinking about, okay, right now, what would be the best way to flip this money? Like this year coming here,
Right.
2023. Yeah.
I have one, but before I do it, ladies and gentlemen in the chat room, if you have any questions for College Boy Jesse, don't be afraid to pop it in the chat below, and we will ask him on your behalf. Or you can call us at 466-4-O-U-R. That's 466-4687 if you want to call him and ask a question yourself. All right? I have one. Have you ever in life thought, never again? And if you have, what was it about?
You know, kind of share thing that's now there. You know?
Yeah, boy. Never again. Do business with friends.
Boy.
With it's about next part. Without paperwork.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Never again. I learned from that.
All right.
You know, you're trusting and all right. You know, seen. And you just send
Friend
it.
nothing, boy.
I
money don't make.
I would say sometimes.
Yeah, they have that, you know.
Sometimes
even though it's friends, you do the
paperwork.
business too, yeah.
Sometimes the paperwork don't help because I have a whole contract with somebody and they still owing me upwards of $10,000.
Nah,
Yes.
boy.
Court,
Yeah,
that's what the
paperwork,
paperwork for. Yeah, a lot.
Maybe in
Paperwork is
America,
court and
first world
police
country,
and-
but here, salt.
I had a good one just now, you know, just now. Wait.
Let me ask one in the
Yeah,
meantime.
you ask
When was the last time you cried?
About 6 weeks ago, boy. Somewhere around there. Yeah, I miss my father.
I hear
so
that.
I have more moments
Yeah.
where he was like everybody best friend. I don't know how he do it, but like he was just always there for everybody.
Yeah.
Like I pick up my phone, like certain things I experience in life, I like to talk to him about it. And
Yeah.
like you have that moment where things happen and I just can't make that call now. And yeah, it's really emotional. So yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Do you have a favorite memory? And if so, what was it?
Favorite memory. Stage is always a good memory for me.
I hear that.
Right? And I had a performance on a weekend where I performed in Rotterdam, Holland, and also in London, Friday and Saturday on the same weekend where I headline shows, right? And this was before Soca Monarch and before anything, but it was these promoters out there who believed in what I was presenting at that time. And that was a favorite thing for me because I say, yo, that kind of kept me on it because I felt like I could actually leave my shores, go so far and represent my culture and be loved now.
Yeah.
And yeah, that would always be on that list of favorite experiences and favorite moments.
I like that.
I wanna ask a ego question. Do you consider yourself to be popular? Like what does it feel like when you're out and about and you walk
No,
in?
yeah, the crazy thing, right? It feels good to know that people can recognize your work and recognize you. Still, I'm surprised when people do recognize my work and recognize me. But it shows that some level of progress and it motivates me. I don't ever feel like I make it. I don't ever feel like I make it yet. I ain't make it yet. Trust me. This is my starting line. This is my starting line. So
You probably should never feel that way because I hear like Cardi B and a few other famous people say like once they've overcome a mountain where they're supposed to feel like Mama, I've made it.
Yeah.
They don't ever feel like that. It's always they always feel like there's more to
always
accomplish,
always
more.
Yeah,
And
to
that's
be
good.
Top
Ever
of
feel.
one mountain is the value of another. So.
Because the minute you feel like you've made it, you're gonna plateau.
this world
You know?
is so. I mean, none of us we ain't make it. Trust me, I ain't make it yet.
All right, I'm curious on your opinion about this because I hear many people say different things. Do you think confessions are with a strength in relationships or nah? Well, yeah.
Unnecessary honesty.
It is.
You better you just hide it and you go for forgiveness and you move along, or you make it known and you move along because honesty is the best. Well,
Yeah, I agree with that part.
which one?
You make it known and you move along.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, because holding that, it going and come out eventually.
Yeah, you always be looking over your shoulder.
And then when it come out eventually, it's like so much of things just pile up on it,
Yeah.
and that's when it's uncontrollable, and you just
Yeah.
so deal with it and
Move on.
Right, I wanna get a little quirky and weird
Go through
another
Chris,
time.
we support you. I
And
find
a little
Jesse
fun at the
sipping,
same
eh?
time.
Yeah.
We wanna hear you do your best Australian accent.
how this man is so boy.
Crikey.
Okay,
Is that a crocodile?
down under.
Down under.
Yeah. I didn't really know much things Australian.
All right, we'll take that. What are your thoughts? Let me drop in a little spicy, right?
Okay, go through.
We
I
never
didn't
really
do
got
it
this from a
spicy.
man. Well, okay, but what are your thoughts on foreplay? We only ask women that question, and we never ask a man.
That's what I say.
Nah, for me, I don't really too care for it, you know. I like to get any sauce.
Boy.
I like to get any sauce. Like,
Oh gosh, I wonder if wifey was here, what she would say. It's always different for the woman.
Wifey. Let me hear wifey
no women,
answer.
I like women favor that. Women
Yeah.
like that.
So that don't really do nothing for men?
Not
I
all
know.
women,
all
but
women
not
favor
all
that.
women.
Some
favor
men
that.
might.
Yeah.
But
Not all
me
women.
personally,
Not a fan of that.
I like to get any sauce.
All right, we have one more question. Who wants to go and
I
make
have a
it
simple
count?
one. Do you like to party?
Gosh, all put me on a spot here, boy. Because
Well, your
how
job
I
is
could say-
partying
I was saying
practically.
how I could say I don't like to party.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but to be quite honest, a lot of us who create party songs, you don't see us in no party. You don't see us partying like that. But I try to, because I like to feel like the patron, like to feel so that I
Yeah.
could create it accurate enough.
Right.
So it's things that I would do too, and some of them, my team would know this. After I come off stage, like years ago, I would perform earlier on in the show. And then after, I would go in the audience and then look onto the show and really party. And then, I mean, it's like class for me because I like to see how the entertainers
Right.
do their thing. So I would party, but
Okay.
I have an amendment. We have someone making an amendment in the chat room. We have a Cassia Divital saying, wait, restate that question. She says I should ask instead of, what are your thoughts on foreplay? She said I should ask, what is foreplay to you?
I feel it's the same thing though.
It more or less, but I should have stated it differently.
Start in the neck and you blow in the ears and the thing and then oral and thing and
boring though.
He
yeah.
said it with such a wishy-washy kind of,
Yeah,
you know?
a little touchy and the thing. And
Touchy-touchy.
before you start to soak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, you know what I think it is, and correct me. I think like when you now start to date somebody and your boyfriend and girlfriend, like the foreplay is the excitement because it new.
Yeah.
But when you don't marry the person and take, I don't know.
No,
and
but
if
it's
still
important,
holds the
yeah.
same-
That is when it needs to be on par and spiced
like
up.
come on, I'm with someone for a long time.
Yeah,
And
keep
it's
it
very
spicy.
important that you eyes try because it could be boring with me at times because now it's just alright music thing. Like I try to make effort now.
Yes, you have
in
to.
finding time for family.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's important. That's the only way that you keep things excited, keep things just how to try it. Yeah.
DJ Kello has a question, but before he said, big respect though. I've watched this guy grow through the years. Proud of all the achievements. Keep pushing, bro. That's DJ Kello. He goes on to say,
man, give thanks.
his question for you is punching or white oak?
White oak.
White oak, boy, all the
Punching
way.
is
Like
the wicked
fire.
hour. Yeah, like
I
fire.
have
Boy.
a random one that we could probably close off on. What is your guilty pleasure?
Ooh.
FIFA.
Of course, boy. College boy.
Like watching it or playing.
Playing game. Like every time I have a chance, like free time,
Yeah.
I play in FIFA or now this new game I have Cricket 22.
Right.
So we actually could play with Dwayne Bravo and Pollard and
Yeah.
I play in
Yeah.
cricket now, T20 cricket. So, but that's it.
And if you first log on with your friends and that kind of thing.
Sometimes,
Right,
but
right.
even when I play against
Right.
computer, I just
How tall are you?
6 flat.
Right.
6 flat.
Yeah, 6 flat.
Like, all right. Sportsman all the way. All right, guys. All right. So, with that, we wrap. Right?
He
It's a
handled
wrap.
himself well. He handled
Yes,
himself
he
well.
did.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. Guys, it's a wrap for Island. It's a wrap for Sip and Spill. What's
Chris.
going on with me?
Chris.
Right, college
much
boy, you
Caribbean.
handle yourself, man. You handle. Yes, I feel it's. Once I
So,
get
Anna, any hot
two
box?
sips,
Nah, you could come on the hand.
once we
Yeah.
get 2 sips of Caribbean, all kinds of mistakes will
Shoots.
start to happen. You know what I'm saying? But guys, we still have more show for you. We have Let's Talk Trends, get you going through, empowerment. Keep it locked to Island Girl Talk right here on OURradio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
Oh Lord, yeah. Na 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 na. CBJ. Oh Lord, JG. Crash. Girl, them come with it. Summer body, summer body, summer body, summer body, summer body, summer body, and come in a hurry. Yeah. I make my appointment, 'cause I see them girl them working out, and them girl working out. See them girl them, so I make my appointment. Yeah. I see them gal them working out, and them gal working out. Yeah, international gal or local, work your body out total. College boy now let you go, gal. Keep working out.
And welcome back to Island Girl Talk. It's all about guys' perspective. We have the multi-talented college boy Jesse in the building, who now rapped with our steamy, quirky, spicy sip and spill, which he handled himself really, really good. I'm joined with the lovely ladies of Island Girl Talks, the one and only Krystal, Khayne, Trinidad, Shawna.
Yup.
You know your girl Neicy, and you know when I touch the mic, it's time for what, ladies?
Let's talk trends.
Unfortunately, that energy had a dip a little bit because the topic that trending right now is not really a favorable one.
We do live in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah. We had a touch on a little unfortunate situation. Y'all would have probably been seeing the discussions happening on social media in light of the Paria situation and the investigation that is happening around it. With the divers and stuff like that.
Yes, I got caught in the trapped in the pipes.
It was a really, really heartbreaking hearing from the lone survivor. You know, Christopher Boudram, when he had to talk about his testimony and share it from what he was experiencing, because when the tragedy struck some months ago, everybody was speculating, everybody was giving their 2 cents, but to hear from somebody who's actually in the situation and to survive something that is so traumatic and to see him break down, it was real heartbreaking. It was really, really heartbreaking. Ladies, any thoughts?
Can you do what's going around, have everybody upset?
Can you share a little bit of what
they played? What stood out, they had a voice note. I think it was the last voice note with the divers while they were down there, and what stood out was while persons were on top kind of just basically giving up, they was down there hopeful that somebody coming first. Somebody coming to get us. And when you hear them talk,
you
like
hear
you could hear
strength in their voices.
Yeah, they were the strength that they had in this situation. I'm like, the persons who on the other end, where was that energy? You understand? And to hear and
remember they did say they prayed and stuff in there, they had
listen,
that hope.
And to hear the lone survivor break down when he was like, so wait, nobody was coming to get us. All this time we holding on to wherever we could hold on to down there, thinking, okay, it's just a matter of time, let's keep we strength. And he said all of that happening and nobody wasn't coming. And when he broke down in that moment, when he realized we down there fighting for our lives, thinking somebody coming, we just hold on. And while that is happening, the people on top, they done went from a search and rescue to they cancel it out. And I'm like, to see him respond to that is something that make you lose faith in humanity.
Of course. Of course.
Wow.
Because remember, they said the Coast Guard held guns to the men that was going to go in.
Some of them, they wasn't even going to go with the protocol because people was like, okay, well, they didn't get the sign off. And I was like, we'll deal with that after. Yeah. We going down. And
they would have been successful.
They would have. These men were still alive beyond the time that they thought they had already passed.
Decisions, boy, of these people literally.
I want you all to think about that for a minute. Men who ready to go and dive down there to save lives, and you have guns, right? At your face.
Telling
threatening your life. A life that wants to save another life. You all think about that. I would have dived in that water and see if you was going to shoot me. I was going to dive. Okay, you shoot me then. You shoot me.
Because remember, one was a
no threat, no crime, no nothing. I want to see you shoot me for going to save somebody. Nothing was going to stop me from jumping in that water.
How I felt too. Emotions, because I'm a person I feel.
I was like, nothing would
and what broke me was hearing him break down. He was in recovery for a while, and this is not something you're gonna get over. This is very traumatic. This is very, very traumatic. But as when he keeps saying like, wait, so nobody was coming to get us, like
Yeah.
y'all wasn't going to come.
Yeah.
You remember he wouldn't know what happened until after he comes out of the situation and then realize, okay, when the playback of the situation and hearing all these different protocols and stuff that they're trying to follow and mend down this
While running out of air practically.
exactly, and y'all trying to play this by the book. That would make anybody break down.
It's not human.
Yeah.
Look, we have some people commenting on it, right? DJ Kello says, I'm just glad I didn't see his testimony. The video of them inside there was too much already. And then Cassia Devitile says, more than that, they lived for more than 24 hours later waiting.
Exactly.
Terrible.
That's how much hope you
Right?
could hear the power in their voices.
Yeah.
And then DJ Kello says, Kazim was a brethren of mine. One of them.
You see? It's
I might say the wrong thing. Let me
Yeah.
just shut
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I'm just...
it has so much of stuff that what you want to say what you can't say.
Yeah.
Out of respect for the platform we're on, but at the same time, like I really just hope that this is something that they take very serious, not just for this type of industry but across the board, because it have a lot of freak accidents and these things that happen from time to time, and then you hear nothing about it after the fact.
What I can't know with this country is preventative measures, right? People, it's like almost a sacrifice almost. It's like life always had to lose first before you put things into place.
Yeah.
In America, they have these insurance agencies usually have these risk assessment people where they think about all kinds of different outcomes that could possibly arise from a certain project or situation,
Especially in
and
those
they put things in place.
Yeah.
The
We don't have
insurance
that
as well is ridiculous like that too. Like all
Yeah.
kind of things that's be in
But
their
like,
insurance.
but these
clause.
divers, I'm not sure if they could get insurance though, because of the risk of the job. The policy would be so high.
That is why we have.
So insurance companies don't insure them because
But I'm just saying, for a job that's so dangerous, they should have something in place for this.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a matter of protocol and red tape, and that is time consuming, because in a situation like that, time is literally of the essence. I can't. I
I've
can't
heard persons, and I would
These
leave it
people are
general
ridiculous.
as persons say like they don't take that side of the fence that serious, because when they look at the compensation that these men get in terms of people who work offshore and stuff, like what their
they
salaries
compensate
is
them
like,
for
they feel
that,
like,
for the
well,
risk.
that is inclusive of the danger factor, you know. So yeah,
madness.
No.
All right,
So-
guys, Neicy?
yeah, that's it. That's it.
The trends
But we
today.
continue to send condolences
Condolences
to
and-
everybody who's been affected with the situation.
The families, our
Even
prayers are with you.
Yeah, the news investigation happening and all these emotions coming back to the surface. Like, we do send condolences to the family who is still grieving and persons who are still going through this traumatic time, and we wish them just some level of peace and strength. Yeah.
Indeed,
Not getting over
indeed.
that if we being real,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
you say, just have to keep your prayers up and your strength up.
Indeed, indeed. Guys, we're going to go to another very quick commercial.
Come back
I mean, we live in Trinidad and Tobago where we hear saddening news almost daily. You know, guys, we had to get used to it, and not all the time trends will be trendy and happy and yes. So, you know, we have to go with how
We don't want to get used to it.
we don't want to, but boy, look how let's not even go there, boy, Jesse. But guys, we're gonna take one quick break, and we'll be back with the lovely Shawna with
Get you gone through.
Indeed. Keep it locked to OURradio.fm.
Caribe Hard Cider. Moments made extraordinary.
All right, so we want to keep the vibes up. Welcome back to Island Girl Talk. I am Trinidad Shawna. This is
Krystal Khayne.
This is and we have
College.
the vibe nice and it is up. You know, we want to keep our spirits up despite anything going wrong. So right now we are in the Get You Gone Through segment.
Yes.
So you know how it goes. We usually look at a scenario and figure out, you know, if we lean towards get through vibes or if it's a gone through situation, right?
Yes.
So I came across a video with a guy named Emmanuel Ako. He's an American footballer, you know, famous, you know how that goes. And he shared his new profound wisdom. That's what I want to call it, right? You know, at certain points in your life, you just come across some new wisdom. Now, he captioned his video, so I'm going to read the caption for you. His caption said, "We can't believe the lie that we are our accomplishments, or we need goals to succeed. Setting a goal is the easiest way to fail. Stop setting goals. Don't put a limit on your life, your happiness, and your achievements," right? Now, I want you to take a look at the video because he expresses more. Check it out.
When you were a kid, they told us to write our goals down.
They did. And they lied. They lied. A goal is the simplest way to fail. See, if you set a goal and you don't achieve it, you ruin your self-esteem. You ruin your self-efficacy. I started to question, who am I? If you set a goal and you do achieve it, congrats. But what if you could have done more? D-Wade, we all do something like this. At 26, I want to be married. At 28,
as a kid, they told us to write our goals down.
They did. And they lied. They lied. A goal is the simplest way to fail. See, if you set a goal and you don't achieve it, you ruin your self-esteem. You ruin your self-efficacy. I started to question, who am I? If you set a goal and you do achieve it, congrats. But what if you could have done more? D-Wade, we all do something like this. At 26, I want to be married. At 28, Twitch, I want to have kids. By 30, I want to own a home. But what happens when you're 31 and you have none of those things? Now you start to question yourself. I no longer believe in goals. I believe in setting an objective with no limitations, because a goal is an end towards which energy is aimed. But why in the world would I start something with the end in mind?
Interesting.
So, you know,
Very
it's good to hear
interesting.
different perspectives. So this is not really about Emmanuel, but more so about his opinion. Right, so we're gonna discuss today if it is a get through or gone through opinion. You know, ladies, what are your thoughts? College, what's your thoughts or how are you feeling? Because I know we feel, yeah, had a short net. College.
Very interesting perspective, I would say, right? And but I still think like everything tying as one because it's like long-term goals, short-term goals. So your short-term goals will get you to your long-term goals. Right. But you still need to end the short-term goals then to move on to... So he's saying it comes to an end, like, and then what next?
Yeah.
So I feel like, okay, next is already...
Yeah.
You're seeing way down the road, but you need to create this objective and accomplish
so
this then to move on to the other.
He's saying have objective, but don't have any limitations on that time. How you feel about that?
No.
What I gleaned from it is he's making a distinction between goals and objectives, and he is implying that goals may put more pressure on someone. Let's say, for example, in a family of overachievers, where your mom is a doctor, your dad is a lawyer, and there's this pressure on you to set a time frame. So you finish secondary school, you finish university by a certain time. You know you should have a career by this time, a certain amount of money in the bank by 30. By then you should be studying to be married and kids and that, and it's a lot of pressure. And then the goal now, because the goal can put pressure on you, by the time you reach the age or that time frame where that goal should have been completed, it then causes you to feel like a failure if it's not completed. So I think that is why he is downing the whole goal aspect and instead saying set an objective, right? With that you actively
with no time towards accomplishing it.
That you actively
I can understand
work
that.
toward. Because if you check it, a lot of successful people in this world, like J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter,
fail many times.
And success in her late 30s, 40s. Oprah didn't become Oprah until her 40s. A lot of people experience like immense success later, or what we consider to be later on in life. But remember, time is a social and construct. You know what I mean? There's not, we really shouldn't limit ourselves. So I see his point, and though I never really thought about it in that way before, I could see myself jibbing to that. I could vibes with that.
What I got from it, because I'm a stickler for goals. But what it gave me is a bit of flexibility in terms of not trying to plan out how it happens. So for instance, like if you want to, say for instance, you desire to be married, you know that is something that should be on your radar, meeting people and interacting and stuff, but you don't get to plan, okay, well, I'm going to go to the club today or go to, you understand, and meet the person this way, and then we date for 3 months, you understand? You can't plan down to the details, but you should have a general picture of what you want. So when you come into contact with it, you could identify with certain things.
Reduce the pressure. I feel like it. So it's like setting goals where people feel the pressure of I need to accomplish this within this time. So I like the perspective and the way that he pitched it, because reality is this. What our parents would have been able to achieve at a certain age then to now with the economy and you know how things are going now is completely different. You making, let's say, 15,000 in 1970 something. You could buy a piece of land, you could build a house.
You live in life in London.
No, things different. You really can't accomplish certain things with the same age as they would set goals, and you know. So I think it's taken away some of the pressure of
I agree with you. I understood what he was trying to do. Exactly. When you said the pressure, I'm thinking about goals could give us anxiety. I know so much of us suffer from anxiety now. We have depression and so many different things we go through when we don't meet our goals. And that's why he said lack of self-esteem. But I must say, I don't agree with him. Right? And I would say so because most successful people, even from when you're small, you start... It's just, you know, practicing a certain behavior or certain disciplines. These are the things that lead to our character. Working on certain things, putting your mind to it. You set your mind on marriage. You had certain, you know, and all of these things get you to where you have to go. So, I mean, I don't feel like saying don't set goals, or, you know, I don't feel like what he is trying to say, I don't feel like he delivered that message properly. Because I don't feel, is it really necessary to say don't set goals?
I don't think,
because you take away the core, there's a strength behind that. The whole point, set goals, and you know, at times before we spoke of smart goals. Where, you know, smart, measurable, you know, who want to school attainable, realistic,
time, man. You see, time, time.
And most
time helps us,
successful
motivates
businesses
us.
use that. Even my dad always in meetings every Monday because it was the next goal, how we meeting this budget, and then they check back. So that's kind of how we live our lives too. So I don't feel like what he did was necessary. However, so like I said, I don't feel like what he did is necessary, but I understand what he was trying to say. However, I think we should probably more focus on not saying no to goals, but probably saying be loving to yourself, be kind to yourself. Life don't go as planned.
Learn from failure and go again.
Happen. Nobody's be successful when they plan to be. It's not an unpopular thing. It happens. So love yourself through the process. Forgive yourself. Try again. It's just life, but still set your goals. So for me, he gone through.
Neicy.
I get you. I like the frame of thoughts. Get you.
I think he get through with it because I like learning new things too, and this is a new perspective that I never even considered prior. And I get where he's coming. Simply replacing goals with objectives, which is ultimately the same thing. I just think that the way that he is putting or explaining his version of how he sees the objective to be, I think he's putting it in a way that is, as you said, kinder to you, easing the pressure off and letting you know I can still accomplish things without putting all this undue pressure on myself. So I didn't get a sense that he's saying don't set goals at all. Maybe his delivery was a bit, you know,
but what about
enthusiastic.
What about the flip side to that? Because, you know, in this world, remember, I always complain about this new generation. We're always trying to cushion, everybody's so sensitive. We're always trying to make. What about the flip side to that? People taking that to the next extreme and lazy. They don't want to do nothing.
Well, that's them.
That's what I get from that. Go through.
I didn't get the impression at all that he was trying to coddle or ease up anybody at all. I set goals. Set your, but you know, don't put I just think I think goals and objectives can be used interchangeably as well.
Sure, because some people would just use that as an out.
I feel like he could have still said his point without saying don't set goals. You know, I don't feel like I was necessary.
In my opinion, get through.
Okay, so mine was gone through. Yours was
get through.
Get through.
Yours is.
I in between. I confused now.
We don't like
get through or going through.
Get through or going through.
I honestly don't think he
get through.
Yeah, I don't think he get through because he still have men in between. Okay, you can't say those set goals because we can understand how it work, but then he didn't explain himself clearly, so he have me confused. So it didn't really
remember, we only get a short part of the clip too. We didn't see the entire conversation.
So he said they lied.
They lied, yeah. So we didn't really get through.
Alright, good. So that's it for the get you gone through segment, right?
All right. So we going straight or we have a commercial?
Straight.
All right, we got the lovely Neicy. Do the dance, big mom, with Empowerment Minute. Oh gosh, I do it wrong. Neicy, do your thing, girl.
You know, this is where I come in to calm the place and the space. With what, ladies?
The Empowerment Minute.
Woos.
And now we had to get Jessie in the mix.
Wait, is
the Empowerment Minute. Yeah,
right? Let's do it for him again.
Okay. So this is where I come in with what, ladies?
The Empowerment Minute. Spirit fingers and thing too, boy.
Let it rain, blessings, let it rain.
Jessie with the spirit fingers.
Yeah. I like it. So today's quote, short and sweet, as always. Hear this one. This is a very deep one. I need you to open up the ears and the thinking caps.
All right.
Listen. You listening? Don't be addicted to education and allergic to execution.
Come on, more for the people in the back.
Don't be addicted to education and allergic to execution. You know, people who always learning, but never applying what they know.
Yes.
How did they say? Power is not just knowledge. Power is in the application of knowledge. You could know a lot of things, and if you don't apply it, it does not work for you. So, as much as you are learning, your next step is, how can I apply or how can I execute what I just learned?
Well, the education system fail right there. Because they keep teaching us to pass exams.
And they don't teach us how to apply.
They teach us how to live and how to apply the knowledge.
No finances or nothing.
We have a friend like that, you know. She's a non-starter. And it's very... I didn't mean to say it like that. But it's very direct to what you're saying.
Yeah.
She was so brilliant. Brilliant girl. Brilliant all through school. And she just never stopped school. She must be about 9 degrees now, 5 masters, PhD, all kind of thing. She's never stopped school, and she's still in school. She have a job. And get this,
some people fear
she
that
never had a job.
But she had the accolades and she had the
all
qualifications.
Bro, she's brilliant.
Her job is school. No, some people fear the real world and they just keep going back.
It's okay if you don't have a job, but she don't have a business. She don't have any kind of venture, nothing. She does not have an income.
What helps me with that, because I was at a crossroad after I got my degree where everybody was going on to masters, and I know I wanted to do entertainment and was going to do masters in it. It didn't make sense for my stuff, but it would have looked good on paper because all my friends could say I have my masters, and I was like, I am going to start to dedicate any schooling that I do and have to be in real time with something that I'm actually doing. So instead of going to do my masters, I went to IBC and I did a whole broadcasting course instead, and every set of schooling that I did after that was direct. Like, while I'm doing it, I'm learning about it. So it was like in real time applying instead of just collecting the certificates.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, Denny.
That is it.
Say it one more time. We have 2 minutes before we redirect. Tell us again our quotes. I like it. Real quick.
I'll pull it up. I don't know it by heart. I don't know it by heart. The quote is, don't be addicted to education and allergic to execution.
Indeed.
Chris Wally girl.
No, Neicy, this girl is my friend. Don't laugh so hard. But she is.
I know people
my
like
girl
that.
Just never
they
stops
always studying.
I wish I could be like that. I used to force myself to study.
I don't understand the point of it anymore because nothing using, you know. But okay, so guys, and with that, we're up.
I give up. I'm gonna quit.
It is a wrap for Island Girl. So, guys, we have to go now for now because those who are watching now, we have something that's gonna be coming now in like 2 minutes. You're going to be redirected to the footage from our first event, Island Girl Talk Live at the SAS event, Sandra Sandals and Shades event, where we covered the party and we interviewed artists and that kind of thing, and we want you all to take a look at it. Like it, share it, it and leave a comment. All right. As soon as we wrap here at 2:45, stay on the live because you're going to be redirected to that. Yes. So we go in. Join us next week. Next week we go in. Right. What it says here in 2 minutes. All right. So join us next week, Wednesday as usual, 12 to 2:30 p.m. right here on OURradio.FM. We want to thank College Boy Jesse.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you guys. Now I appreciate this right here.
Don't be surprised if we call you back to get your perspective on things. Good vibes.
Or tell us about the songs you didn't tell us about today.
Yes.
Gosh, yeah. I'll know hear that soon.
Next time, bring wifey so she could correct you on the spot.
Yes.
You know, we like
I'm
things.
seeing fireworks, man, in the comments saying that's professional students.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
You're terrible.
Guys, remember to like this live. Please press that like button. Like it up. Share it on your social media. Share with your friends, your WhatsApp. It's in your Instagram, in your WhatsApp status, all of that jazz. All right, the more the merrier. They laugh at that, but we gotta be begging people.
Professional student. She's a professional student, you know.
I thought you're laughing at how we gotta be begging people to like and share the live.
Oh, you like the thing, man.
I don't be upset with them because they always view the show after.
Yes,
everybody who in work
people,
they come back and they show us love. Or not tomorrow, the show have plenty.
So this show is going to premiere in 60 seconds. So guys, we're gonna wrap. Island Girl Talk, where women are free to simply be unapologetically.
Keep it classy.
Show me what you could do. Give me the thing we have all day. Show a Caribbean girl don't play, but I move like so you're moving too. Push right back and I groove with you. Call me the rhythm hands up and spin. Show them that we don't play. Come over and walk it. Give me thing I walk it. Trini girl I walk it. Wind it slow and push it back.